Hey everybody, we are back with episode 11 of the Irrelevant Podcast after my fucking annoying technical difficulties
Of which there are
that
plenty.
yes, which we could talk about. Yeah, there's a lot. Last episode, my headphones ran out of power, so I had to spend like 10 minutes looking for new ones.
I love how you didn't edit that out. You just fucking
It
left.
was really fucking hard, man.
It's like
And
10 minutes of silence. And you
I
just
was
like
just like, all
skip to
right.
the next fucking timestamp.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I could just put in a fucking timestamp, and then I hopefully people will forgive me. And I
Most people
really
don't
hope they
even
did.
fucking look at this shit. This is why you should have probably put it on the screen or did like an
Well, no,
overdub.
well, no one even fucking listens to this podcast anyway. So
Well,
who
not
gives a
now
shit?
because of the fucking not professionalism that we don't have.
Well, it's really me. It's nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I know. I
It's all
know.
my fault, man.
Any fucking who.
So any fucking who. Today, I I asked Jason to listen to something different.
You did.
Yes, I asked Jason to listen to World Psychedelic Classics number 4, Nobody Can Live Forever, the existential soul of Tim Maia. Now, Tim Maia, to give a little bit of introduction, is a Brazilian funk artist. He had huge dreams of like making it big in America, and he eventually moved to America, but he got deported because he was found smoking marijuana in a stolen car.
Ooh.
So yeah, so he made some of his career here, but then he made a lot of it and most of it in Brazil. So and it shows on this album specifically because it has a mix of his Portuguese and English language tracks. And especially in the style, I think he really he fuses that. Well, not in all of the tracks, but in some of them you really can see that fusion of like the Brazilian tropical kind of sound with also that 70s American funk psychedelic sound. It's a really interesting album.
It was pretty soulful as well.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the like the way he sings and especially the lyrics and the stuff he's singing about.
I guess first off, so he's Brazilian, and then is he still alive or has he passed away?
No, he died from like it was an illness. I don't remember what it was exactly. But no, he died back in like 1998, I think.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Um, you know what's crazy is every time I hear like musicians of the past or any music, especially like in the 90s, because a lot of the music I listen to is from the 90s, but you know, I was born
Right.
in the late 90s, so it's crazy to me how a lot of this was before my time. So like
Yeah,
when I hear
literally.
someone talk about, oh, he died in the 90s, like, oh, that's not so bad. You know, it's not that late.
At this point, yeah, it's fucking late. The 90s was literally 30 fucking years
I
ago.
know, it's crazy.
That's so weird.
But yeah, so I think this is probably my favorite one out of the ones you've recommended to me so far.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
well, it's because like I
Okay.
love funk, I love gospel, soul, all that kind of stuff, especially, you know, when I learned to
Oh,
play
okay.
bass.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, so
I
it's
figured you would have been like you would have thought it was like good for what it was, but I didn't think it was going to be like something that you particularly liked.
no, it's closer to what I listen to, and then also my
Really?
girlfriend likes
I
this
didn't
kind of
know.
music too, so we listen to it together in the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so she
very
might
cool.
probably enjoy this as well. But yeah, I really really enjoy it, and it's cool that he also sings in English as well. That's also I wasn't expecting that.
Um, that's actually kind of where the album, um, I wouldn't say gets bad because I don't think any of the songs are really bad, but it's just like, well, like you said with the English language tracks, like the lyrics are just like really fucking like nihilist and stuff like that, and it
Yeah,
can
but who
bother
gives
me
a
to an
shit?
extent.
Who
I
cares?
know, but it's just when it's in Portuguese, it doesn't bother me as much. I mean, and I still understand what he's singing about in the Portuguese tracks, but
So-
for some
wait.
reason in those tracks, he's just not talking about that.
Wait,
kind
so
of
it's
stuff for some
he has
reason.
the same sort of lyrical style in English and Portuguese. Why does the Portuguese one not bother you?
No. I'm saying because like he doesn't really talk about that in the Portuguese tracks. For
Oh,
some reason.
oh, I thought you said he does. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry if I did.
Oh, but
I misspoke then.
well, it might
But even
be.
if like he did, then like it just wouldn't bother me as much because it's not, because are you aware of what Nelson Mandela said about how when you speak to someone in their second language, that's speaking to their mind, but then when you speak to someone in their native language, you're speaking to their heart. It's kind of that thing, if you see what I'm saying.
I guess it just depends on context, but I forgot he did say that. Also, it's probably reflective of his time in America because from what you're saying, it sounds like it wasn't that great. So, you know, it might be a true story there. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Right.
But yeah, they did have a little bit of a different feel, but it kind of threw me off guard that he was doing it in English because I was expecting it to be, even though some of the songs were in English when I was reading the track list before I listened to it, I still expected it to be in Portuguese.
Like
Portuguese.
the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
Português. Yeah.
I think let me see. I think out of all of the ones that I've listened to on this album, my favorites would have to be Que Belaza and O Camino de Bem. Jesus Christ, I butchered the fuck out of that. Whatever that one is.
It's Que Beleza and O Caminho do Bem.
Yeah, that one. Those two were really, really nice. The thing that I liked about the first track was that it's like since the weather's getting nice, it just reminds me of a really nice, sunny driving time. I'm imagining myself with sunglasses in a convertible car listening to it. I like a lot of the times where, especially in funk, when they play, I'm not a big fan of brass, but for some reason, and mainly only in funk, they have a very smooth way that they put it into the song. So I like the melodies that they do on the trumpet or whatever instrument that is. And then do you remember that really like that super fuzzy like guitar lead tone that they had?
I mean, in the beginning where it's like playing with the trumpets and
Yeah.
like it has that beat going. Oh yeah, and the guitar just comes in.
Yeah.
Ooh, I really did like that.
Yeah, he had some sort of like wah filter thing or cocked wah sort of tone on his guitar.
He's a really good guitar player, and like yeah, and like you said, with his like instrumentation and like the stuff he uses in order to get his sound, it's cool.
Ironically, though, because the instrumentation and the overall structure of the songs are more of what I listen to, but usually for the first time, I actually wasn't really tuned into the instruments on this album. I really like his voice a lot.
He does have a very nice voice.
Because I feel like a lot of the instruments are like obviously there's specific melodies, but there's not really one thing that I can really say like stands out too much apart from each other. Not meaning to say that it's monotone throughout, but it basically just gives it like it's great emphasis for the track and also for his voice as well. So it was the first time I caught myself. I wasn't really paying attention to the instruments. I was really paying attention to the melody and just the overall feel of the sound or of the song, which is crazy because they usually always gravitate towards the instruments first. But yeah, that's the first song. I really like his voice. And then on the other one, the fucking one I can't pronounce, yeah, that one. So I love how, I mean, it's probably the catchiest song I think they have on the album in terms of like it's very very lighthearted, and one of the reasons why I think this is the best one with the other track as well is I love when drummers do that kind of, they mix like that very smooth jazz where it has like a very groovy feel to it, and they do that kind of soft taps on the cymbal, or they kind of ride the cymbal throughout the whole entire groove. There's a lot of drummers that do that, and I love that kind of style.
Yeah, and I just obviously like the groove on that track. You just want to start like just going for a walk and stuff like that, just down the street.
Yeah, so those ones are the ones that stood out to me. I did like Let's Have a Ball Tonight. That one kind of reminds me of like a school dance or something. Obviously, it's kind of ironic from the name.
And also, I know, right? I also got that vibe in the 7th track, Do Leme ao Pontão.
Yeah.
Did you get that too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I got really like just this is like a school dance like from the 70s, and we're in a barn or something.
Yeah, so that track was the one that was very very reminiscent of the kind of 70s funk sounder.
Yeah, that one sounds very American.
Yeah, so that one I think, because I feel like I've heard that song only in that the rhythms and the sounds were very, very similar to pretty much everything in that style back in the day. So it's very synonymous with each other. But I like that one. And then I also liked Elle Partout.
Elle Partout.
Partout. Like
Partout.
Partout. That one was a really good one as well.
Oh, yeah, like that one in the beginning, just the intro, I'm just like, yes, I am into this. I am enjoying myself right now.
Yeah, so that's where his voice... You know, it kind of reminds me of... do you know who Bootsy Collins is?
I don't.
He is I don't know if he's still around. I think he might be, but he's a very fucking good bass player, and he was super big funk guy in the, I want to say 70s and 80s maybe. I don't quite know, but he had a lot of songs that were like that. His voice was very... it was pretty wacky, and he had really good... I don't want to say he played on like the sexual theme, but like he played off of that, you know, smooth, cool cat kind of guy, and just
like that like smooth, erotic kind of just like ooh yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was really of that vein, and so that song kind of reminded me of him, and then the last one as well. So I like him a lot too.
Rational Culture?
No, what was it? I think it was the Doleme at Pontal.
Oh yeah.
That
okay,
one.
So you're saying that was like him?
Those
what was
two.
His name again? You said
Bootsy Collins.
Okay, I'll have to go check him out.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. Like I said, it was pretty popular in that style, but there's a lot of dudes that were like that, that I really, really thoroughly enjoy listening to.
Yeah, like you were saying, with his voice is really nice. They're very fun songs to sing along to if you listen to them enough and like learn the lyrics. Specifically, like the one you were saying, Elle Partout is really good, and that's fun to sing to. So same thing with O Caminho do Bem. That one, I'm just like, yep, I'm taking a walk. I'm singing because that's what the song's about. It just means like the path of good, like what just means like I'm chilling basically.
Yeah. The first one is really, really fun to sing to as well. It's very simple melody, but it's super catchy, and that's the one thing I've touched on it a lot, but I think that's probably the strongest thing about his music, his just simple, catchy earworms that he makes, and it's very, very smooth. It doesn't feel like he took too much time to write them. It felt like it just came naturally. He just was like, this is the rhythm I'm doing, and it's gonna stick. So that's kind of what it sounds like, and that's very cool when people just have that natural ability just to construct something that's super fucking catchy.
Yeah, and more specifically on that track, Que Beleza, which means what beauty, by the way.
Okay.
The lyrics are really nice, because he's talking about like how beautiful it is to be in nature, and how like what beauty it is to come from purity, and like to know your name. It's interesting. He's talking about like all, you know, where every time he says like que beleza es sentir, that means like what beauty it is to feel X thing, and then the lyric comes in. It's nice that he's just talking about things that are just nice, you know.
Damn, you weren't kidding. That is a stark contrast to the ones that are in English.
I know, exactly.
Wow.
Because in the other ones, he's like, there's no God, there's no heaven. But in this one, he's like, what beauty there is in life and stuff.
Well, I appreciate that, because people are complex, and I like that that kind of duality. So I think that's cool. I think you should be able to express both as a musician, also just with different types of genres and sounds, not just lyrical content. But I like, because I feel like I'm of that vein as well. I don't want to keep continuing to do the same themes or the same things over and over again. I always like switching it up.
Right, because it's cool, because you can see his like American side from when he was doing English language music, as opposed to when he was in Rio, like making music for Brazilians when he was in Brazil. You could see the contrast, like you were saying.
Yeah. And it's cool because if that was his goal, was to become famous in the U.S., he didn't really change, I mean, besides the lyrics, but not many people are going to really notice that because the sound is sort of similar. So
yeah, and I think if you ask most Americans, like, do you know who Tim Maia is? They're probably going to be like, who?
I feel like I've heard the name, or I feel like I've maybe heard one of his songs in a movie somewhere, But
yeah, no, the O Caminho do Bem is in the movie City of God. If you've ever seen that.
I don't think I've seen that. No.
Okay, could be a very good podcast topic for another day.
God, we have to do movies now. There's not enough hours in the week.
Yeah, Will.
Hours of my week.
Not, right. Like, not another fucking Coldplay album.
I was still shocked that I like that. I still listen to that to this day.
Really? Which songs? I know we're getting sidetracked, but just tell me, what songs do you still listen to from Parachutes?
I still listen to Spies. I listen to that a lot.
Spies is a good one. I love High Speed.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Trouble is excellent.
I see. Like, I've never been an album person. I've always taken the songs that I've liked from all those albums and put them together in like playlists of the mood that I'm in. So I have a bunch of different moods.
Album person. Like, I just like the idea of like, here's a compilation of songs, and it's like, this is what I want you to listen to from start to finish.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the reason why I've never been an album person is because, like, when I listen to music, I always want to reflect whatever thing that I'm feeling or whatever my mood is. So that's why I always create a playlist, and then whatever I'm in the mood for, that's why, like, when I pick certain songs, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna add it to this specific playlist. So I have a bunch of different ones that I like to listen to. I very rarely just put on an album, because I think growing up, because I have very vague memories of using CDs. That's like a very early part of my preteens, but I didn't really grow up with that. I mainly grow up with MP3s and iTunes. So just basically, choosing the songs that I wanted to download, especially because they're only 99 cents. And even though you could buy a whole album for, $6.99 or $11.99 or something, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to buy the songs I wanted to listen to. So that's why I just really got into the habit of making playlists, because I would just buy individual songs. Because they're only $1.
Right, and for some reason, some of the songs were like $1.29. I never understood why. I was like, "What is that?"
I always assumed because I thought they were longer, but
I don't even think that. I think it was just certain artists, like, you had to buy them for like $1.29. I don't really know why. But...
Oh, dude, and this makes you remember. I used to get so mad at this shit. A lot of metal bands did this, and for some reason, it just fucking irked my soul. There's I don't know if you remember this feature, but some of the songs on the albums, you couldn't buy them individually. They said album only, so like you could only listen to it if you purchased the whole album. Do you remember that?
Oh, this was on iTunes?
Yeah, this was on iTunes. I think it was on Google Play as well.
I might have remembered that.
Dude, it used to make me so fucking mad. It was like, I don't want to buy the whole... Especially, like, there were always the songs that like were really good, and the ones that I liked the most on the album that I just wanted to listen to. And, like, I didn't like... I don't remember the band, but there was one band where, like, they had, like, a 12-minute song that was a huge epic, and I fucking loved it. And I listened to the rest of the album. I didn't like any other song on that album, so when I went to go get it on iTunes, that was the only one that was album only. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
God damn it.
I was so mad.
Oh, I would have been mad, too. But I think what I hated even more was, like, when I got Apple Music for the first time back when, like, I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
There was just certain music that you just didn't have access to. I'm like, what? I thought the whole point of this was that you have access to the whole iTunes library.
I mean, it's more of like licensing and just all that bullshit. So that's why I tried to.
Yeah.
Because like I remember back in. God, fuck, this has been so long ago. I remember you could just download MP3s, like if you just download the fucking song, and you could import them into iTunes. I don't know if you can still do that.
I have no idea. I haven't used iTunes in God knows how long.
Do people even still use iTunes, or is it mainly just Apple Music now?
I can imagine it's mainly just Apple Music and Spotify. Like, I don't see any reason to use iTunes. Is literally almost just like paying for cable. It's like, why do you what is the point of that? It's like it's counterintuitive.
It's such a shame too, because I mean,
I
don't know if we've ever talked about this before, but we're just going backwards in time. We've come full circle to, streaming services being fucking as expensive as a regular cable plan. I mean, probably not as bad as that, but they're going to get to that point. And also fucking having to watch each episode a week individually and have them come out that way, as opposed to just having the whole entire season which is what we're used to, or at least was what I'm used
Yeah.
to. I very vaguely remember watching any show that I had to wait, on a Friday or some shit. Like I that wasn't me. I always just watched a whole season of something.
Well, anything
So
like that would have been like just a show from like Cartoon Network or
yeah,
Disney Channel or something like that. So it wasn't like an actual necessarily like a whole storyline and something
exactly.
like that. That would just been like Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that.
Our whole entire life is going to be a subscription. There's not going to be any houses
Yeah,
anybody can
no.
ever afford. We just have to rent
I'm with you,
everything.
man. Because everything. Wait, what did you say?
No, keep going. It's kind of off the
Oh no,
topic.
yeah, because everything is designed. Yeah, and I want to go back to Tim Maia. Sorry, Tim, but
This is why you didn't make it in America.
yeah, we were talking about how much we think your music's awesome, and then immediately start talking about something else.
You know what's funny? Because it gets in your fucking soul. This place, because we're just saying, oh, why is the English shit so dark and depressing and existential, while the Brazilian shit's all happy and tropical? Because as soon as we talked about shit here, we just immediately went to bitching.
Yeah, man. These goddamn Americans are so stupid.
God, we're fucking
Fat
backwards.
And ugly and retarded and wear cowboy hats, drink beer, shoot deers, go fishing.
I really wanted to finish that statement, but
anyway, going back to Tim Maia, did you like my favorite track? I think is honestly the 5th track, which is quer queira, quer não queira, which means want it or not want it.
I thought it was okay. I didn't really hear any.
I love that one because for that one, to me, I see I feel like the fusion of the tropical Brazilian beats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just fuses with like that the organ and the guitar and all that American stuff. I think it comes out so gorgeously.
Yeah, and I think, which is interesting because I think this one, like you just described, I really like the instruments and the overall feel of it. But for some reason, his vocals weren't grabbing me on that one. I don't know why.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I think he's just belting it out. He's just feeling himself, and he still has a really nice voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just because in context to the other songs that I was talking about how he structures it to super earwormy types of chorus, or not choruses, but just the way he structures the vocals. I think that's the one thing. It's like this one didn't really grab me as much because he kind of gave me more dopamine on the other ones with those.
Ah, okay. Because you're saying like this one, like the it wasn't as easy to like sing along, and it wasn't as catchy.
Yeah, I feel like if this was the first track, I probably would have enjoyed it more.
Okay.
Because
I love
that'd
the
be my
part where
introduction.
he's going like Viva Cultura.
Oh yeah.
I would love to just be at like some random like festival and like that's playing and just sing along to it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do enjoy that a lot. I forgot
Long
about that
live the rational culture.
part.
It's funny though, because when you hear, because like in his English language tracks, he'll translate things like that directly from Portuguese, and like it just doesn't really work, because we hear like rational culture, like what do you mean?
Well, I mean, that's the cool thing about music because God, we're starting this shit early. Oh Lord. What's the cool thing? I did a little voice crack. It's a little one this time.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Oh, well, I'm glad I put a big emphasis on it. Anyway.
You said it, not me, dude.
I think the cool thing about music is there's a lot of context where you can say rational culture makes sense, especially as a theme for a song. Like in my head, I can think of 3 different ways I could branch off into.
That's a really big theme in his music, and like a recurring idea is like rational. That's like the big word he likes to use, which in Portuguese is racional.
Just in the context of people needing to be a lot more rational to enjoy interactions, or just what is he?
kind of like that, kind of like in that stoner, just live your life and just feel the vibes and stuff like that. Like just be rational, like think about things, but at the same time don't really think about things, because he's like thinking is not thinking and stuff. It's kind of like that.
Overthinking,
along those lines.
Overanalyzing separates the body from the mind.
Other great lyrics.
I think I wish that I could. Well, that's the one thing I keep forgetting to do with these listens that I do, is, getting more of a dive into the lyrics, because, I miss a lot of the context from that, which is cool that I can just enjoy the music, as it is, and not have to like analyze that aspect of it. But it's cool that, he really, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just being ethnocentric, but every time I like listen to a song in a different language, I never assume it's anything, multi-layered or multi-leveled, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it usually always is.
To translate the lyrics.
I know, it's awesome. It's a little shortcut.
Yeah, Mike.
But just to clarify, not saying that like that's what I expect. It's just like you never really realize that kind of thing.
You're predisposed to kind of think that if is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
like
crazy.
It never crosses your mind, yeah.
Well, I mean, it crosses my mind, but I always forget about like, especially like if I'm listening to something I don't like and I also don't know the lyrics. It's just like this means nothing absolutely to me.
Right. Like just some overproduced fucking garbage that you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Which is crazy because that's just not how life works at all. But for some reason, it's like the first instinctual thought that I have is just like, these lyrics are probably about something generic. Because I assume, because like that's like the majority of lyrics for our popular music is it's pretty generic or it's just really stupid. So I just assume that's also what it's going to be in that other language. But again, culture is different.
Exactly. I forgot what percentage of like the top 100 songs or whatever that come out every week or month or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like a high percentage of them are written like on like a 3rd grade reading level or something like that.
Oh, dude, it reminds me. There was a article a long time ago. Basically, it took a, I don't know if they did an actual study or if they got actual, literature professors to do this, but they basically made a ranking system of the most intelligent to the dumbest lyrics.
What was like the most intelligent?
I don't remember. Probably some prog shit. I have no idea. Or something. If classical music had words, then probably that, but I don't remember.
Man. Oh, wait, give me 1 second. I need to use the facilities.
Jesus Christ.
Drink more water, kids.
Welcome back, buddy.
You will have to use the bathroom more, but it's worth it.
What the fuck were we talking about? I lost my train of thought.
Oh, we were talking about the 3rd grade reading level and like it was like the most intelligent lyrics as opposed to like it was, you said it was like some shit about if classical music had lyrics.
Probably, or some prog shit. I don't know. I mean, there's probably some.
Some of them have like German lyrics, like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Were they traditionally written with lyrics?
Yeah. Like the Ode to Joy. There's lyrics to that.
I don't think those are very cerebral, though.
Well, Ode to Joy is talking about like the literally the Ode to Joy, and about how like there's no more suffering and like it's just everyone's happy. We're all brothers. We're all like living for the good of each other, and we're all just united.
Yeah, John Lennon just came in his grave. Anyway.
Not in the same way. It's not in the same way.
It is in the same way because it's the same fucking premise to Imagine.
No.
Yes, it is. Anyways.
Not exactly, but anyways.
You don't think that is the same premise to Imagine?
We're not fucking talking about that right now. No, I guess I can see where you're coming from, but like it's like the unity and like in God and stuff like that, as opposed to not God,
Oh, that's right. I forgot there was a lyric in that song. Anyways, it's the same happy-go-lucky looking ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think going back, that's what I think I like, just from how you're describing when he's singing about things. I like how insightful that is.
I root Tim Maia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Rational Culture. That's probably my favorite English language track because I just like how he's just saying like you gotta read the book of God.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like some weird, like trippy fucking guy. Like that song is literally like he just probably smoked like God knows how many joints, and he's just making an 11-minute song. You know?
Was that a prevalent theme in his music? Like, did he ever talk about stuff like that?
About what, like doing drugs?
Yeah.
It could have been. I haven't seen as much like behind the scenes stuff of him as I should have seen before doing this podcast. In fact, I've never actually heard him speak, which I actually like. I've never seen an actual video of him actually just sitting down and speaking, which I should do. I don't understand why I haven't done that.
I'm sure he's probably full of life. The sad part is like
this guy seems like I would love to just sit down and just chill with this dude.
That's the sad part is he probably would have got big in America if he would have stayed.
Dude. Like just imagine like he's just chilling with us at the guitar store. That would have been awesome.
I have met a lot of Brazilian people that came in that play a bunch of different styles of music. Funny enough.
Oh really? There's Brazilians?
Yeah,
okay.
I've had a decent number of people come in from Brazil. It's funny because I don't know why. Sometimes I just get super fucking bored. Every time someone tells you they're from Brazil, I'm like, have you heard of Sepultura? It just cracks me up every time.
Oh, you say that or they say it? I
say that.
Oh yeah, no. Do they know or do they not?
Some of them know. I mean, it's hard to miss I can't think of another musical group from Brazil that made it super big in the United States. Like even though it's whatever. Actually, metal's a pretty popular genre. Millions of people listen to it. Not compared to like the pop and rap, but still objectively a lot of people listen to it. But I can't think of another act from Brazil that's. I mean, I'm sure there is, but I just off the top of my head I can't think of any. But
I mean, they're not really big in America, but there's this really good Brazilian rap group called Racionais MC.
I feel like that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, like most of those Brazilian guys, they'll probably know who they are because they're like the equivalent of like that. What was like the group called where it was like Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and like
NWA.
Yeah, it's like the Brazilian equivalent of that.
Okay, I have to check that out because I like NWA a lot.
Yeah, it very much has like Racionais MC. They have like that '90s like gangsta rap, like that cool kind of thing going on. You know.
I love the beats of '90s rap. I wish people would go back to that.
I know, because now we have to have like just the shitty SoundCloud. So
it's like if I had. Do what?
You can go on.
You're cutting out. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, so I'm pretty sure like they trace it back to like Migos and like they started that shitty beat that's in every single rap song now.
It probably goes back farther than them. I just can't stand how I have to hear the fucking hi-hat every song. Because the bass I can handle because the bass is just it's a good vibration that just enhances the song, but the fucking hi-hat is just right there in your fucking ears. And I don't mind it, but like every fucking song, God, it's like hearing the reggaeton beat every song. It just drains on me. Were you just trying to insert?
Reggaeton, I surprisingly like it more when it's like emotional and stuff like that. When I don't like it is when it's trying to be like cool and shit. I hate that.
I don't know if they consider like, Daddy Yankee that, but he's the only dude I'd listen to because I like his music. But
he's definitely reggaeton.
Okay, I enjoy him a lot too.
Yeah, when it's trying to be like that, where it's like cool and like rap and shit, I hate that.
It's also funny because a lot of Spanish rappers have that very nasally, like high pitched voice when they rap too. It's really fucking funny.
I know.
When they try to act
that's
cool.
Why it sounds exactly the fucking same. Like you said, the beat is it's literally
the same beat.
thing. It's literally just the tempo that could be different.
I'm not even exaggerating, because that's what everybody says of a genre of music that they don't like or something that they're not accustomed to. But like it's literally the same beat.
It is, it is objectively the same beat.
Which is crazy, because I don't like I want to know who started that. Who is the guy responsible for every fucking dude doing that thing?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's I know like Despacito made it like a meme and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it was a big meme song.
Right. But then like I think you can trace that back all the way to like wait, let me see when this song came out. It's called Me Voy para el Party. It is like such like a generic like party song at like quinceañeras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see. Let me see. This came out in fucking 2003. Okay, so you can trace it back to the early 2000s.
That beat.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm making an educated guess.
With a quick Google search.
Yes. I'm just going to Google, where did the shitty reggaeton
Where did this piece of shit, stupid fucking kindergarten beat, bang on the table, lunchroom nonsense come from?
Yeah, where did this shitty reggaeton beat that's in every single fucking reggaeton song originate?
Dude, I used to know somebody that lived in an area where at 3 o'clock in the morning people would speed by the neighborhood, and like literally you could just hear the bass. It was super fucking loud. So it was.
Oh, dude, I can hear that where I live.
It was habitual. It was every night at like 2 or 3 in the morning. People just speed by and play that fucking beat. And they also like sat there. It's like you could tell they were like picking somebody up or just waiting in the driveway or some shit. But they're always just like for 10 minutes. It'd just be the same goddamn bass beat. It was just
no, dude. I don't even care what genre of music it is. If you're just blasting some fucking music from your car and you're just like sitting still, like you said, that's just fucking annoying. Like just turn it down.
Yeah.
I know I'm sounding like a boomer, but like you can just
turn that
turn
shit down.
But like you can seriously, like you don't need to play music that fucking loud.
Well, I mean, I'm not even like I don't even care. Like people can play loud music, but when it's like every night and it's the same fucking beat, like Jesus, turn it.
That's the definition of insanity.
Fuck, drives me nuts. Which is crazy. It's like I actually don't mind it. It's a catchy little beat, but like every song.
It's kind of like a one-trick pony.
Exactly.
I mean, the pony's cool, but you know.
Like I said,
the trick is cool, but it's only one trick.
I'm sitting on here preaching about versatility. Like, come on.
I know, man. That's why me and Jason don't like reggaeton.
There's probably more that I like. I just think it's funny. It's the same goddamn beat.
I know, exactly. Like I was saying, there's some songs here and there that I like. Like there's some certain, like I was saying, I like the emotional kind of reggaeton better than the rap one. Ugh.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny is like in a club setting, I probably would like it a lot more for most of the songs being the same beat at different tempos, because I do and I don't enjoy dancing. Like, there's only specific genres of music that I actually would like to dance to. The majority of it,
yeah,
I would have to fucking intake lots of alcohol to just be able to be, loose enough to do it. But stuff like that, so it's like I don't even have to know the song. I know exactly how my body has to move because there's the fucking rhythm.
It's gonna keep moving at the same
exactly.
rhythm.
So it's like I don't have to stand there awkwardly like a white dude for a second to catch the rhythm and like, okay, what's not gonna make me look stupid when I dance to this? So all that goes out the window. So like if I'm in a club setting, I would fucking love it hearing 2 hours of that shit because I could dance all night and not feel dumb.
Wait, you said like you would or would not need alcohol?
I would not need alcohol for that because, like I said, it's the same fucking rhythm. I have to do no guesswork.
Yeah, dude, and especially when it's like fast as fuck, you're just like, oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, exactly. Do a little fist action, and we're good to go with our change up. add fists. That's it.
Right. Dude, I would dance the fuck out of like all of these songs on Tim Maia's album.
I would too.
These are great.
A lot of these are good slow dancing songs though. Like I wouldn't want to dance by myself. I'd rather dance with somebody to do these.
Like you're saying, a lot of them are like intimate and stuff like that, and they're really close. And it's and he talks about that a lot too. He has a lot of love songs and how like he misses, like how he misses people or like the person he loved. Yeah, it's not like, but like I said, it doesn't come across kind of like I was talking about with the Gypsy Kings. Like it doesn't come across as like cringe or like sad boy.
Yeah,
It's
not
like or fucking Drake, where it's like, okay, here we go again. It's like insecure.
yeah.
It's the insecurity is what I'm talking about.
In
But
Drake's
with the
case,
tracks,
the Oedipus
right.
montage.
Yes, but with like breakup songs that like Tim Maia does or Gypsy Kings does, you don't get that insecurity. You just get that like, man, like I had something great. I wish it was here again, you know.
Yeah, it's not on Taylor Swift's level.
No, and Drake. I mean, I think Drake has some good music, but he also has a lot of just the stuff that everyone makes fun of him for.
I've never liked his music. I think it's because the people that really like his music have always just been like had no fucking personality, and they're just super generic, and just every time you ask them a question, they're just super short with you. They're just always a fucking like annoyance to talk to.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I always just thought Drake was really cringy. Like he always just played like he always over exaggerated shit in a really weird way that just like whenever time I listened to it, I was like, dude, fucking grow up.
Right, yeah. But he actually he has this one album which I think is pretty good called If You're Reading This It's Too Late.
Yeah.
And that he throws all of that stuff like you're talking about, that like whiny insecure stuff. He throws all that out the window and he's like both middle fingers up. I'm just saying fuck you to everybody, and I'm just like being me, but not in like the insecure way, you know.
I don't know. I feel like
that album is pretty good.
I feel like if I listen to it, it's still gonna have just like that angst. I think it's just his burden of being Canadian. I don't know, but
dude, I don't think you would. I might have to recommend that album.
I think it's just I'm so used to listening to aggressive raps. Like when I listen to Drake, it's just like,
right.
Like
I think it might be the Parachute situation where like you're used to a certain style of Coldplay, but then when you get introduced to this style of Coldplay, you know, you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, his voice also annoys me, so it's like I like even if it was like a non-cringy.
No, I do have to give you that.
Like I hate his voice. I don't think he has a good voice at all. Even his singing too is just like not enough auto-tune to fucking mask that.
I still think Drake is leagues better than like most fucking voice great. I think he's better than most like just generic rappers out there.
No, I think objectively his songs are better, but again, like I don't even think he probably doesn't even write his own shit. Like I guarantee
who
you
the fuck does?
Well, no, like I don't even guarantee like he doesn't even come up with his own melodies. Like he just fucking just whatever's on the paper is what he has to do.
Well, right, but
that's not like that in every single.
Better.
I don't know. I can't stand him for some reason.
Is he like how is it? I don't really know much about how he is in real life.
I have no idea. I mean, I know a lot of people have accused him of like grooming and shit, or like he weirdly hangs out with a lot of younger celebrities, like the fucking girl from Stranger Things. Like he had a weird relationship with her before she turned 18.
Really?
Yeah, like people were kind of assuming a little.
Not a good look, bro.
It's not a good look, bro.
Sorry, Drake, but that's not a good look, man.
Yeah, so but again, I have no fucking context. I have no idea. It's just from shit that I've seen online, but I don't know. I just don't like his music. I don't really care about his personality.
People just All I know is that people just meme him because he just has that like pretty boy, like insecure simp kind of vibes to him.
Yeah, he just
That's what I hear. I don't really know much about his.
He seems like a bad date. That's all I'll say.
Most likely.
What was I gonna say?
Would not go on a date with Drake.
I would not either.
Fuck that.
Not even
going on a date with Drake. Not a good look, bro.
Even with some coin my way. Why the fuck we get on this bullshit? Yeah, so I think
I don't even know, man.
I think that's the one thing that I do enjoy about Tim Maia's music is that it just, like you were saying with the with talking about love songs or songs about people that he misses or wants back in his life, it's done from a very real place. So like I said, it's the subtlety. It's not super fucking direct, even though if the translation becomes more direct because it's, translated to English, but I think like if you were to do it in its original context, it wouldn't be as straightforward, I think.
Yeah. Not a lot of songs on this album were about that kind of thing, but he's a gold mine of good music. He has a bunch of other albums that are really good. He has one called The Soul of Brazil. Um, yeah, and then he has his it's Racional Volume 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of like random albums that are really good, and you'd probably enjoy a lot.
When was he most active in making music? Like when did he stop really doing that? Just right before he died?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he was like big in the 70s.
Okay, so he is an older figure then.
Yes.
Okay. Um yeah, because I mean I got the vibe that I didn't know if he just was influenced by that kind of style and he came like I at least assumed he'd be around in the 90s. Like I feel like that'd be like his stomping grounds, but
Let me see. It seems like he does have stuff from the 90s.
okay. But most
And
of
he
it was in the
does.
70s and 80s.
Yeah. Like his big popular stuff was in the 70s. He has some stuff in the 80s and 90s, and he has some posthumous stuff too.
Yeah. Was this one you recommended to me a compilation or was this an actual album?
This was a compilation
Okay, I was about to say when
because
this
it's like a
was.
mix of his different songs. Which honestly, I wish I could have got you some more because he has some really really good stuff that are not from this album.
I'm definitely gonna be checking out more. Like I said, this is something that I like. It's probably been my favorite listen so far. Other
Yeah,
than
man, go listen to. I think a good second one would be. Give me 1 second. Forget the name of it. Is it fucking? Why can I not find it right now? Wait, I will find it. Oh yeah, go listen to The Soul of Brazil. That one is
Soul of Brazil.
yes, The Soul of Brazil is excellent. And then another really good one is what is the name of it? Oh, there you go. It's called O Descobridor dos Sete Mares, which means the discoverer of the seven seas.
I like the title.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good one. Yeah, both of those albums are just filled with like that just relaxing psychedelic sound. Yeah.
The other thing too I think is cool about this kind of style is like there's a level of authenticity to it, which is funny because he's Brazilian, right? So like he wasn't a part of this American culture to really. Well, I assume that it was mainstream there because it had a big influence back in the day, but just being of a different place and just making that kind of music, and you could just get the impression like yeah, this feels right. This was made to do this because there's a lot of artists that are trying to do the. A lot of people that are into music now that don't listen to pop or metal or country, they're very funk or like jazz or gospel inspired, or like they put on this very fake like super soulful, oh I'm really feeling the music type of shit, and like I feel like they overdo some of the tropes
Yeah.
and it just doesn't come off as authentic even though it's supposed to be a revival.
Yeah, no,
um,
you feel the fakeness in it.
Yeah, and it's not just and fake and not being. I'm not calling it disingenuous because I feel like it is actually genuine, and you can tell in the music is a lot. It's a lot better constructed. Jesus Christ, it's a lot better composed than other contemporary musics of similar genres.
Sure.
But I think that it's just they're really trying. It's very forced, I think, but it's subtly
Yeah.
forced if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like that we're doing a revival, but it's basically like instead of just like we're gonna like in the song we're telling you what we're doing rather than just doing it. I cannot fucking stand that when it comes to music or movies or like anything like that. It's like just make it like with subtlety, and you don't have to just explain to me what it is, because the music itself can just explain to me what it is.
Yeah, and one of my examples for that, and my fucking girlfriend's gonna murder me if she ever listens to this, because we listen to this a lot, but I like it, but again, it just comes off a little bit just forced. Do you ever listen to the stuff that Bruno Mars does with Anderson .Paak?
Maybe.
It kind of has that same sort of funky soulful kind of feel to it, but
Really?
I
Okay.
can't like distinguish each song from the next. Like it has a very. It's just every song has a similar vibe to it, and I feel like they're just trying to give you that trope, but they're not like trying to make an individual song, if that makes sense. It's very just
it just comes across as a gimmick.
Yeah, but it's not very gimmicky. Like, they're good songs, and like everything is well done. It just doesn't have that flavor, and I don't know if that's because me actually listening to this genre, and I feel like there's nothing new that they really add to it. Which again, I also think is cool. Like, they're not trying to mix into anything else. Like, they're really just trying to give you a good representation of what it was like. But again, it just kind of comes off flat a little bit.
That's interesting because Bruno Mars is actually an artist who I for the most part I do like. I think he has good songs. He's one of my I think he's like one of the better pop artists, honestly.
He's super talented, and I loved watching when he played for the halftime show and he played the drums. Like, he's a very good performer, and he has a very good singing voice.
I forgot about that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just his music has it has a fucking style, because what I can't stand is just pop music that has absolutely no style, no like anything.
Yeah,
but
he makes it classy.
He has like a funk style mixed with kind of like a pop kind of like very reminiscent of like Michael Jackson or something like that.
Yeah, so this is not his, like I said, he does this kind of, I don't know if it's a whole album. I think it might be a whole album. He does with Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak, he used to be a really shitty rapper, but he has a really good singing voice. So he kind of switched. He always kind of had that kind of flair to him. I first saw him on an XXL freestyle, and he was awful. But I could tell he has that sort of edge to him. And then I was like, he's probably going to switch genres after this because he realizes he's meant for the other one a lot more. So he did it with Bruno Mars, and it's very well done. But I think compared to something like this, it doesn't even compare because you can tell that he really lived for this sound as opposed to just wanting to revive it. I mean, obviously he did this back in the day, so that wasn't even on his mind. He just was probably influenced by it, but he did it from a very original perspective, and that's why I think it's cool.
Tim Maia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man.
Because and also makes you ever listen to the Isley Brothers?
No.
You might like them because it's very similar to all this. It's not like a direct. Oh, okay. It's not as funk. Well, I say that they have a shit ton of music. It's of a similar vein, and I think you'd enjoy them a lot. You probably heard some of their songs.
Probably. I might just not knew it was them.
Yeah. It's funny because like I listen to it a lot, but it always gets murky when you're talking about gospel, soul, funk. Like, there's a lot of people that just float in between those genres, and also like jazzy as well. So it's always difficult because like I'm not super versed in it, so I don't know like all the specific subgenres or what thing, because like everybody always just mixes and calls everything those three things. But
right, yeah, like jazz, my brother knows a lot about, and there's tons of fucking genres of jazz. And which like I just never even like realized.
Yeah, jazz is a lot of genres. But again, there can be there's a lot of soulful jazz out there. Well, yeah, there's a lot of subgenres and everything, but I don't know specifically for like the gospel, funk, and soul realm. I don't know like specific the subgenres are there, so that's why I just keep using those words to explain everything. But no, it's very similar. Like I said, Bootsy Collins, Isley Brothers. It gives me a lot of not like so much R&B, because there's a lot of R&B singers that were also really soulful, but it's just the music is completely different to me than that. Like I said, it's more funky and jazzy. Well, not jazzy, but more funky, I would say.
Do you like Michael Jackson?
I don't know. I'm very neutral with him. Like I liked some of the songs, but I never listened to it.
I feel you. I really like him. I think he's just catchy as fuck.
I probably would. I enjoy Prince a lot more than I do Michael Jackson, I think I would say.
I'm the opposite.
You don't like Prince at all?
I never really got into him.
I think
maybe I should try it again. I don't know.
He had a more kind of focused sound, and obviously Michael Jackson was 10 times more polarizing, but I don't know. I felt like he had more musicianship, because the only thing Michael really had was a super good voice, but like his lyrics are always bad, and like his antics were just kind of dumb. Like, he was a very overrated character in that way, but other than having a super amazing voice, I really don't think there's much about Michael Jackson. I actually like the Jackson 5 probably more.
The Jackson 5 is also really good.
Yeah, so like if it's stuff that I would listen to, it's probably that, because it's more traditional in that sense. I just think Michael Jackson's music itself is, I mean, it's catchy. I enjoy listening to it. It's not bad by any means, but I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't really feel anything from it.
Really, I just think his voice is so unique. Like, there's nobody that sings like him.
Oh, for sure, and I love his voice. I don't like his songs, I would say. Like I
Like
don't
the lyrics, I guess, is what you're saying.
the lyrics are cheesy and like the actual songs and
That doesn't bother
I think
me.
actually Billie Jean is probably my favorite.
That's a good one. I
I love
love
that one a lot.
like I love all of the popular ones like Bad, Thriller,
Every time I think of
Beat, it's
Bad,
awesome. Yeah.
every time I think of Bad, I think of Weird Al Yankovic's parody of it. You ever see that?
Which one was that again? I think I have seen
It's
it.
Fat. He basically copies the music video in fat suits and he almost does it like frame by frame. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, I think Billie Jean is probably the song I like the most from him. I don't
like the one Black or White. That's a good one.
I do like
listen
that.
to that one.
I do
That
like
one's a
that
good
song.
one.
I do like that song.
Yeah. Okay, I just.
I
didn't
don't
know
like
if
the
you knew
lyric. I
that.
think that's what I'm talking about with the lyrics being super cheesy and just like very come
Right.
together. But it's just I don't know.
It doesn't bother me as much as it does you, but
It shouldn't, but it just
just
does.
for me that genre, like I'm just like, what do I expect the lyrics to fucking be? You know?
I don't know. I'm so used to listening to genres with super deep lyrics and super multi-layered lyrics. So I don't know.
Right.
It shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but it does.
Honestly, I think his best lyrics are on either his first album, which is actually it's crazy good and kind of different than the rest of his stuff, Off the Wall, which my dad introduced me to. That was his first album. It has kind of like this like it's kind of funky and then it's R&B. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But then he got different and more poppy like along the way. But honestly, his best lyrics are on that album or on Thriller. Like
I guess I have to check it out because when I think of his lyrics, like every song that I remember from him, I just not liking. And I've really, after thinking about it for a little bit, I've kind of narrowed it down. I fucking hate that like dance battle trope, especially like shit from like Footloose or Dirty Dancing. Like or like Michael Jackson's music videos or the one where he fucking like goes into the warehouse with a bunch of like mobsters and just starts dancing.
Yeah,
and just like, I hate
Bad,
that.
Yeah, in Bad, the whole thing is about that. How he's like going to fight someone.
Oh, dude, I hate that. It's so cringy. Like, I hate dance battle culture.
It's like the greasers and the fucking bikers, man.
It's just like they just try to act so hard and tough, and they just start doing twirls. It's just like, God.
It's like you don't need to fucking overcompensate, man.
And like I'm not even that guy. I'm not like, oh, manly men, blah, 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 blah. But like, dude, it's just like, come on. Like, I hate when people like it's so corny and they're acting like it's like, yeah, look at my scale, I'm aggressive. Look at my power when I dance. It's like, shut the fuck up.
He actually, I don't know if you know this song. He has this really good song from later in his career called "Who Is It."
I don't think I've heard that one.
That one is like on his last album. I think it is one of my favorite ones by him.
I guess I'll have to go into a deep dive. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever listened to anything that's not been played on the radio from him.
Oh yeah, Off the Wall is like rarely. The only one you'll hear is like Rock With You.
Yeah, I'll be down to check it out because, like I said, I do enjoy his voice, but just the whole theme.
It's a good one, yeah.
Also, like I said, everything '80s I just can't fucking stand. I hate the sounds and how cheesy all the synths and keyboards are. Like everything '80s is just awful to me, just in terms of production and also instrument wise.
Yeah, why the fuck did everything get so like nostalgic for the '80s? The '80s are so awesome. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, there's a lot of cool stuff in the '80s. Like I said, a lot of electronic music is pretty cool, but like anything outside of context, like metal was really cheesy in the '80s. Besides thrash.
Really? Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say thrash.
Yeah, no, not thrash, but like
awesome.
power ballads and hair metal and shit, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're talking about like Van Halen and stuff like that.
Van Halen, I don't like Van Halen, but them I could tolerate. My problem with Van Halen is really David Lee Roth. That's really my only issue because I think he's an awful fucking singer. He tries to be Robert Plant, but he just ends up being goofy.
Dude, there's a lot of people that try to be Robert Plant that just fall flat on their fucking face.
Yeah, because it's difficult. Because nobody sings like. Well, you can say that about every great musician. Nobody sings like this guy, but like.
Well, that's true that no one really does.
People can. It's just hard to. It's hard to be a creator of something like that. I think, even though they stole shit ton of their music, but
All right. Wait, who was the band you said which was like Led Zeppelin, but like a cheap knockoff version of them?
Oh, Greta Van Fleet.
Okay, I don't think I've heard. I don't think I've heard any of their music.
Don't even bother, dude. It's like, it's as industry plan as it can get. It's just a cash grab. Like, it's just nonsense. It's not even like there's nothing I can even compare to besides Led Zeppelin. Like, that's literally their sound.
Yeah, like it's like there's certain bands like that where it's so obvious that it's them. Like you know you're listening to like a Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, and I normally don't mind, especially because like if it's genres of music that I like, especially with new metal, a lot of those bands sound the fucking same, but like for some reason they have at least a little bit of originality left to them, where it's like they can do the same sort of tropes and styles and sounds, but they at least make it their own thing. With these guys, it literally like they even copy like specific melodies that Led Zeppelin would do. Like, it's just very strange how they got so. I mean, they got popular because they sound good, because they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. The guy can fucking sing, but it's just fucking lazy.
Yeah, I mean,
and then they have the fucking like nerve to go on like interviews and be like, I don't understand. Like, we got to get these Led Zeppelin comparisons behind us. I don't get why people say we sound like them. And like, they even dress like them. Like, it's just like, God, they're so ignorant about it too. Just, it's such a fucking cash grab.
Really? So it's gonna be a hard no on checking out. I forgot the fucking name.
Greta, exactly. Tell me. It's a shitty name too, Greta Van Fleet. Whatever, also, like even like, because I know people that, because a lot of boomers that come into the store like them because they're like, oh, this is gonna save rock and roll. This is gonna be the revival that we need. And it's just like people have already forgotten about them.
They're a contemporary fucking band.
No, yeah, they're new. They're like kids. They're like people my age.
Oh, okay. I was assuming that they were like post Led Zeppelin, like in the 80s or something.
No, they're like current, like right now.
Okay, no, sorry, I had no idea.
Yeah,
okay.
No. Yeah, I didn't really get proper context. They're like these, they may be in their early 30s, but like late 20s fucking dudes that just decided to be Led Zeppelin and then just name it different titles and songs. But like I was saying, like even people that enjoy their music come in and like they say like when they saw them live it was awful because they did the Zakk Wylde thing. They just soloed for 10 fucking minutes in between songs. It just got super boring. Like you could tell like their whole entire thing was a gimmick. Like it was just awful. So like even people that like their music can't stand them now.
You know you failed when that happens.
Yeah, so like I don't know, and it's disappointing because like they're all talented musicians because they're playing stuff with the style of Led Zeppelin. Like they're good at playing. The guy's a really good fucking singer, but they choose just to do exactly like they would do it. It's not even an homage. Like it's like they try to be like, oh, we're trying to be our own band. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I know, it's like just be honest and like
just be honest about it. Like
say what you're doing. Like
yeah, I think actually
we are completely aware. You are not.
I think that's the fact that irks me the most is like they're not owning it. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's just like there's no problem with fucking loving Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, because like
trying to emulate their style because they're awesome.
Because I even think it would be cooler if they're like, we want to be an homage to them, so like we wrote all of our songs in like a style of Led Zeppelin. Like that would have been acceptable to me. I still probably wouldn't listen to it because it just sounds like a watered down version of Led Zeppelin. But at least it wouldn't have irritated me as much as they were just fucking honest about it.
Exactly.
But fuck, got me on a goddamn tangent.
Yep, our inner incels are coming out.
But yeah, so but that's again going back and back and back. That's what I appreciate about artists like Tim Maia is they own their shit and they know what they do and they do it well, and it's the music reflects that. It doesn't come off as forced or fake.
Yes, like he comes across as the dude who just does not give a fucking shit about anything. Yeah. Like especially in the fact in the way he got deported.
That's such a deported story too.
In a stolen car. He was just like, fuck it.
Man. So I don't remember if you said like he died of some illness.
Yeah, let me see his cause of death.
It's the plague of musicians, man. They're always taken too soon by some bullshit. How old was he, too, while you're at it?
Give me 1 second. He died of cardiovascular sickness or something.
Heart attack got him, huh?
Let me see.
That always freaks me out the most. Is just with the realization I could wake up one day and my heart just like, nope, fuck you, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, I know, man.
Dude, there was a story about like a triathlon that had to get like either double or triple bypass surgery. Dude was in tip-top shape, just had really bad genetics.
Yeah, or it's like this one dude has like a hole in his balls or some shit. Oh, Tim Maia was 56 years old.
Okay. Man.
Yep. Sorry, dude, I got a hole in my balls.
Was it just like genetic or like was it like drug related? Did they know?
Let me see.
You don't fuck around with your heart.
I am looking on Wikipedia, which, despite what your boomer teacher says, is actually quite possibly the most reliable source of information.
Man, none of our information is reliable, whether it's from a fucking .edu or a .net.
No, but when it comes
especially
to like,
not .gov.
Fuck that, no. .gov, not a good look, bro.
Not a good look, bro.
No, but like when it comes to like these kind of things where it's just like the date of like when a singer died or like what he died of, like that's probably going to be pretty fucking accurate as you can get.
Probably, but then there's a YouTube channel called Loudwire, and they do a really cool series called Wikipedia Fact or Fiction with a bunch of musicians, and a lot of it's fake or like half truth, or it's just been miswrote in some weird way, or it's just a straight up fabrication. So you never know with Wikipedia because it's, you know,
yeah,
it's open source.
Here it says, many of his missed concerts were due to what he called his triathlon, consuming whiskey, cocaine, and marijuana before a gig. Towards the end of his life, Tim Maia suffered from many health problems, which included diabetes, acute hypertension, obesity, and pulmonary embolism. I don't know what that last one is. In 1996, he had a Fournier gangrene solved through an emergency operation. Okay. So it was probably had something to do with drugs and the fact that he was obese.
Cocaine and whiskey. If you have diabetes and hypertension, that's a fucking mixture right there.
Man, yeah, that's probably like the absolute fucking worst thing you could do if you have diabetes.
God damn, it took him till 56.
That's still like a decently long life.
That was a pretty fulfilling life. I feel like you can do all you need to do in 56.
Yeah,
and
man.
for the people that are 56
and are fucking depressed, man.
And for the people that are 56 and don't feel that way, you've wasted your life. Didn't learn nothing.
You didn't learn nothing.
Damn, dude, I'm fucking
kids.
I'm pretty visceral on this take. I feel like I was in a good mood today. I don't know what the hell's into me right now.
Yeah, wait. Why were you in such a good mood?
I don't know. It was doing good. We were working on a bunch of stuff. We bought a crock pot to melt wax in so we could dip stuff in wax.
Nice. Dude, so, you were on the Camino de Bang. Oh, yeah.
I was in a good mood today. I don't know why I'm so aggressive right now.
Yeah, dude, that music just spoke to you.
I like the music. I think it was awesome.
Oh no, I was not expecting. I figured you would have liked it to an extent, but I didn't think you were gonna fucking love it. Like, dude, you love this one.
I'm a pretty worldly guy, man. I enjoy a lot of different stuff.
You're like me, man. We are worldly people. Not cosmopolitan. Because cosmopolitan those are like the worst fucking people ever. But
we don't wear turtlenecks.
No, and we don't try to learn Japanese from watching anime.
Or drink wine.
Right. Well, yeah. There's nothing wrong with drinking wine.
Yes, if there is wrong with being pretentious about drinking wine.
Oh, no, if you're pretentious about it, yes. But there's nothing wrong about just like, I'm going to have a glass of wine and enjoy it.
Nope, you're automatically an alcoholic.
Yeah, like my dad.
Will's dad is an alcoholic. Please fire him.
Will's dad looks exactly like Jonah Hill.
Did you tell him that? Please tell me you told him that.
I think I asked my mom, and then she's like, not really.
He's like, don't you love his movies? Didn't it remind you of somebody?
No, I don't think I've ever actually told my dad that he looks like Jonah Hill.
Would he find that funny, or would he like be disgruntled?
No, he'd probably think it's fucking hilarious.
God. It's like you should like frame a police sketch like how they always show suspects what age it would be if they saw them in real life. Like, this is you.
Right. Yeah. Jason looks like a celebrity. Jesus.
Bro, that's the one thing my mom, it's one of those things where like every time my mom introduces me to a new person, that's like what she does, and every time she says it.
Oh my god, no, dude, I feel so bad for you. Like, she's always like, my son looks a lot like Jesus, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's like that, but like it's even worse because every time she says it, she thinks it's the funniest thing. So like she'll start laughing, but like she's the only one that's laughing. Everybody's just doing like an awkward smile. It's pretty funny. So it's like if she didn't do
it's one of those.
If she didn't do that every time, it would have irritated me. But the fact that like she thinks it's a good bit and then does it to everybody, and then they just kind of stand there like, yeah.
Dude, were you like going for that Jesus look, or it just kind of came?
No, not really. I've had short hair for the majority of my life, but you know, when I hit college, I'll just like fuck it. I've always wanted long hair, but my mom never let me. Every time she's like, "Oh, your bangs are in your eyes," and then I used to have like my hair was longer in the back, so I had like not a mullet, but it was teetering on that line. But for most of my life, I've had like a styled short hair, especially working in fine dining. I didn't really, grow out my hair. It was always styled. But no, I wasn't really going for that look. I didn't even know I could grow a full beard. I just was, because it was really patchy when it was short. So I just said, fuck it, and let it grow out one day. And then I just like, I kind of like it. So.
Yeah. Dude, mine I don't think is growing anymore. So I think I might just have to fucking shave it.
Did you get the oils?
Oh, yeah.
How long did you do it? Because it takes time.
Well, I'm still doing it, but wouldn't it be good to just shave it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So grow it for a couple weeks or maybe about a month or two.
Dude, I've been growing it since let me see. I've been growing it since February, man.
You've been growing it since, there's no way. Yep. You've been growing that little fucking shit since February?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay, it might be time for a shave.
Yeah, my mom trimmed it once.
Oh, your mom trims your beard? That's nice.
Well, because I didn't want to fuck it up and have to
You can't have your mom trim your beard. You got that's your thing, man. You gotta learn how to do that. That's a rite of passage.
And then I have to cut up the whole.
Bitch, you ain't got that much to fuck up.
I know, but
you're like, oh shit, there's a hole here where there's holes everywhere else. I guess nobody will notice that.
Yeah, it's already patchy as fuck. So
yeah, just do it. This is a perfect time to learn because it requires more attention to detail. It's like you have to do. It's like connecting the dots. You gotta look. Yeah. You gotta back up a second to look at it. Get the full perspective.
Dude, honestly, I should just shave the beard and then keep the mustache and the goatee.
Yeah, because I think the majority of people that struggle growing a beard, it's on the sides. So yeah, that's what I was telling you before. Don't force your shit to do. It's something it's not gonna do. Like if it grows thicker on the beard and the mustache, then just focus on that and just have a full face goatee or whatever you can do.
Yeah, because it doesn't my mustache doesn't connect to the beard yet.
Huh?
You know, when your mustache connects to your beard.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. You can just style it. You can there's different styles.
But I think it would look a lot better if it did.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a perfect society, but if it's not gonna do it, it's not gonna do it, bro. Especially if you've used oils. But again, how long have you been using it?
Man. I don't know,
because I feel like I didn't
2 weeks yet.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer, so I would just keep sticking it. I know you've been growing it since a goddamn forever, but just try it with this for a little bit longer and see what it does. The other thing too is, obviously diet and exercise is really important, but you pretty much got that locked, so.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that's why I'm like, how the fuck?
And some people take supplements, but I think majority of it's, I don't know, majority of it is stuff that your body just dissipates if you have excess, so I don't know how much it actually helps you.
All right, because you say a lot of these things can just be accessed through food and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a big debate whether biotin really does anything for your hair. The research is kind of inconsistent, but again, you eat 3 eggs a day. There's your biotin. Also, a lot of fish, olive oil. There's a lot of stuff that you can eat that's good for your hair.
I fucking love fish, man.
Yeah.
I'll cook myself some tuna with olive oil. Fuck yeah.
I do love fish as well.
Good shit, dude.
One thing you should do. Do you enjoy fishing?
Yes, my grandpa is he's like so into fishing. He every time I go visit them in Louisiana, he takes me fishing.
Is it mainly just, I'm assuming, catfish?
No, we fish for that, but also it's mostly perch
Okay.
and redfish and stuff like that.
Perch and redfish. I think I've had
Oh yeah.
redfish. I don't think I've had perch.
Yeah, perch is. I don't really know how it would be that much. Like, it's hard to describe the taste, and to describe the taste in relation, or like how to differentiate it from these other kinds of fish you've already tried.
Is
It's
it
definitely it doesn't taste like catfish.
is
But
it flaky? Is it kind of like salmon? Is it flaky? Or is it more like a stringy?
I think it's flaky. And like
Flaky.
you can fry it, and like we have fried perch every time we're visiting them in New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try it. What I was gonna say was we did like a little work trip a year or two ago. We took a charter out to the Chesapeake and we caught rockfish. Like super fucking good. It's a whitefish. Very, very, very tender. And it's good with lemon. It's perfect with lemon. More than
Okay.
salmon is.
Yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of salmon.
Salmon's one of those things where it just depends on who cooks it. Because I've had a lot of really dry, shitty salmon. I love smoked salmon. That's probably my favorite. I can eat the
Ooh,
shit
yeah,
out of
with
smoked
with a
salmon.
good, like when it's cooked with a good olive oil and like a good seasoning.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. But also,
Yeah.
like, I fucking hate salmon. Like you said, when it's dry or it's really bony, that is
Oh
so
yeah.
annoying.
I've swallowed too many fucking fish bones to count, bro. But have you had smoked salmon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, that or like, hey, you have had catfish?
I have, yeah.
Nice. What about I'm trying to think of some other kind of fish. Oh, you like you said you haven't had perch.
Mm-mm. I haven't really had too many different types of fish. I've had swordfish, which I thought was I didn't like that at all.
Oh, really?
Um,
I think swordfish is pretty good. I've had these swordfish steaks.
See, that's what I'm saying. The swordfish steaks is the same thing with I think with like people that don't cook salmon right. It has no flavor to me. It just it just reminds me of overcooked chicken. Like I don't like it at all.
Mm.
It's not
They sell
flavorful
it.
to me.
They sell this swordfish at Food Lion, which I think is pretty good, and they also sell these tuna steaks, which are excellent.
Do you I'm trying to I can't remember if I think I've had a tuna steak as well. I
Tuna
don't
steak cooked with like olive oil is fucking amazing.
I think anything cooked in olive oil is amazing. I've been experimenting with using a bunch of different types of oils because apparently, I don't know how true it is, but like regular vegetable oil is not really that good for you. So, better
Oh no,
alternatives are like
you're right. That's really not good for you.
yeah, so like
That and
coconut.
like canola oil and all that bullshit is like
Yeah,
not good for you.
and that's probably because I don't know, it's probably like corn syrup or some other bullshit that's in there or whatever they put in. But like avocado
Right.
oil, coconut oil, olive oil. I usually always cook chicken in olive oil. And it ends up being very, very tender. I like it.
Yeah. Also, yo, you were talking about the coconut oil. Cook some
Yeah.
broccoli in coconut oil. That tastes excellent.
Yeah, I do. I've tried frying potatoes in coconut oil too, and it also tastes really good.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of coconut oil. Avocado oil is a little bit different. I like. I'm trying to think of what I've cooked in.
Dude, cook your shit in beard oil.
Oh God, it tastes like pencil
What the
shavings, fucking graphite.
Honestly, I don't. That's
Uh-uh.
probably what it would taste like.
That's my one complaint. A lot of beard oils, unless like they have some bullshit scent in there, like just straight mineral oil or whatever they use, it smells weird. It's not strong, so like I can handle it, but like it just has like a
Right.
smell. It's just like I don't know what the fuck. It feels like I'm putting like oil in my beard or something.
Yeah, like actual like fucking gasoline or something.
Yeah, it's not as pungent, but it's weird. But
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I'm a fan of fish, but what I was gonna say was, like I said, like trotting a boat was fun. I like the idea of like catching your own dinner and eating it. It always just makes it taste 10 times better.
Yeah. Yeah, just like patiently waiting, and then you just cast it, and like you're waiting and waiting, and you finally get something. Oh, that's so nice.
It just like it always makes you think of what I would be back then if I had to just fight the wolves and cook my own dinner over a fire.
Dude, that's essentially what my grandpa had to do, because like his dad died when he was like 12, and he just had to like, and he was very like, you know, working class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he had to just like go hunting to just get food for his mom and for his brothers and sisters, you know.
Where did he grow up again?
He grew up in Slidell, which is right past the Lake Pontchartrain from New Orleans.
Okay, so from Louisiana.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have to live off the land down there, I assume, especially if they're out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah, not if you're in like New Orleans, but
well, yeah, obviously.
No, fuck, you live off of, you know, cocaine.
That's the one thing I think people kind of miss, because I feel like when in terms of like not really so much with fishing, but hunting more gets that bad rap, but a lot of it's like trophy hunting. So like you see some fucking millionaire smiling with the last albino rhino or some shit. But there's also a lot of people in that.
I can see why people are like complaining about that, but a lot of it is just like people just want to, like, I don't have no problem with people hunting for sport, because like number one, it's fun, but also like people are just, I enjoy the satisfaction of just like killing and like getting my own food, like just, you know, and having to kill it myself, you know.
Yeah, I think because there's a lot of people that don't realize that not even just doing it for sport, like especially in Appalachia, there's a lot of people that rely on that, because you know you kill a deer and it lasts you a couple of weeks, sometimes months, depending on what you'd use it for. And I used to watch, because
deer meat's very good.
Yeah, I like deer jerky. Jerky's very good.
Deer burgers I've had those are very fantastic.
Yeah, anything deer. Some people think it's too gamey and a little bit greasy, but it just depends on what kind of cut or what the age is. But I remember, because I've never been hunting, but I remember I was trying to look at different rifles, because I used to be more into guns than I am. I still kind of am, but I mainly just like doing target shooting. But I remember I was looking at different types of rifles, and that was the best. And I came across this video of this dude. He was like this kid. He was a teenager, and he was out in the snow, and he'd been sitting out there for hours, and he sees this, you know, big game buck that he shoots, and the look on his, like, it wasn't like I'm proud I shot this deer. It was like relieved that he has some food. So like he did like this little ritual where he was thanking the deer for the meat, and it was a very respectful thing. Oh, and a lot of indigenous people have that same mentality. So it's like, I think it's more admirable than eating modern day meat that we have now, because most of it's just, you know, factory farmed, or it's just soulless the way it's been produced. So I think that aspect is lost on people. But again, you can go back and forth on the ethical consumption of animals all day long, but I just think it's interesting that it's, besides the people that just want to fucking, you know, like I said, they have a ton of money, they don't need to do it, they just enjoy killing things or enjoy owning guns, or they just think it's their American God-given right to do so. Like, so besides that smugness, you know, just the people that rely on it, or like they're respectful, like they don't treat it like it's sport, like they treat it like it's a necessity.
I still don't have a problem if people do it for sport.
I don't either, but
it's a hobby and stuff like that. But
I get why, like, it's just the mentality around that I don't think is super good. Like you are taking a life, so I think like you have to have a certain amount of severity to it. I don't think that you should, like, it's obviously like you can do it, whatever, but I think the people that just do it for sport and don't have that understanding, I just think you miss a big portion of why of why it's important. You know what I mean? I think you're supposed to respect a lot of things, whether it's, you know, the soil that's rich so you can grow food, or an animal that gave its life so you can eat it, or whatever the fact may be, or just your daily interactions with people. So I think it's just the lack of respect is the problem.
Like you were saying, the only thing I really have a problem with is like you said, they're killing like the last like albino rhino or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, trophy hunting's ridiculous. There's no need for that. That's dumb.
You don't really need to do that.
Yeah, that's totally unnecessary.
But I still have no problem if someone's like, "Yep, I want to go shoot a deer."
Yeah, or if it's like the wild boar shits, it's like there's nothing you can really do, and they're just invasive, and they'll just destroy your fucking farm.
Right, so you kind of have to.
Yeah. So besides that shit, trophy hunting is unnecessary. But like I said, hunting for sport, especially like if they just like get it taxidermied or whatever the fuck, like it's just like, why? It's like, oh, I'm proud to show this thing that I killed. Like, I get that it takes a bunch of skill and it's hard to do and it's a lot of fucking time, but like,
fuck do you even get something taxidermied?
It's just, I don't know, preservatives and it's stuff. So it's like they take out the organs and shit.
Or something? Yeah.
I have no idea. I just know like they remove the organs, they fill it with stuffing, and then whatever chemical they preserve it in, just it's like a finish. I don't. It's the only thing I can relate it to besides the fur is like lacquer. So it's like it's either like poly or plastic or maybe it's shellac. I don't know what the fuck they finish it with, but it's a preservative and then a finisher of some kind. Okay. I don't know what they do with obviously the fur. You just have to clean it and do whatever you do, and then you can have fur. Right. But as for the actual like eyes and the nose and the mouth and I don't think you have to really do anything to the antlers, but for those pieces, there's probably some sort of finish, and then with the skin as well, so it doesn't just decompose in the flesh.
Right. Dude, that novelty.
It's also expensive too. Like,
right. Oh yeah, I can imagine it's really fucking expensive.
Yeah. So that kind of shit I think is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I don't really care. It's just I think that's why people get irritated. It's just like you don't have to do this. So like the fact that you're just parading around like saying, look at this thing I've done. It's just like the fact that you don't have severity to it, I think is the problem.
It's just the look at me.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's the smugness of it, I think, is what people don't like. Or if they just have an ethical problem with it, but whatever.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I think that's wrong. But like I was saying with the taxidermy, the novelty would wear off really fucking quick, and that would just freak me the fuck out that there's like this fucking thing that was like an actual animal like in my house, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I've known people that they have like I can imagine like maybe your first big one, cool, you're proud of it, but like I know people that have like multiple, and they'll show them to me like, dude, check this out. I'm like, oh, looks like the fucking last one you showed me. Like they look the same. They're both deer. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, really.
Like one's slightly bigger, cool. I feel like the bigger ones are easier to shoot. Even though they're rare or not as common, I would say.
What about moose? Are you allowed to hunt moose?
I don't know. I don't want to hunt a moose. Those things are like, dude,
that shit can hurt you, right?
You gotta fucking have a high caliber weapon to kill a moose. You know how big those things are?
Oh yeah, like they're fucking huge.
They're larger than horses, and like, dude, you get too close, or like they smell you, they'll fucking charge you and stomp you to death. They're fucking not playing.
Oh, like if you just get close to them, and even if you don't even mean any harm, it's just
bro, they're territorial. They're dangerous as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, you don't fuck with moose.
What about bears? Are you allowed to hunt them?
I have no idea. Yeah, actually, I do know that for a fact. I guess in Virginia, it's a specific license. So, like, you can get your duck hunting and bird hunting license, your deer license, or your bear license.
And you need a fishing license, don't you?
Yeah, and a fishing license. But they're all separate things. But there's a specific bear license. It's all about seasons and tags and what you're allowed to shoot and what age group and all that. There's a bunch of fucking rules.
Right.
That's the other thing, too.
Can you kill a bear in, like, self-defense or something like that? Even if you don't have a license? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think you'll get in trouble, like I said, if you're out in the... Actually, I have no idea. I've never hunted. I just know for deer, you'll get in really big fucking trouble if you kill a deer you're not supposed to, if they catch you.
Right.
I think, like, if an animal comes onto your property, it's fair game, but you can't go to, like, a fucking national forest or, like, a designated spot and, like, game wardens will bring you in prison, dude. They don't fucking play.
Oh, yeah. Or, like, if you go to, like, Yosemite or something like that, you could not do that. Right?
Yeah. No, yeah. They don't play, dude. They'll handcuff you.
Man. Dude, just imagine if you were just in the front of a fucking bear. That would just, like, I would just accept my fate at that point.
Dude, it's funny. I remember I went hiking with my family in Tennessee, and they have a bunch of signs posted in their hiking zones basically saying what happens if you run face to face with a bear. And a lot of people carry like whistles. We carried an air horn. You're supposed to shout. Like most bears are timid, especially like around here. And the black bears is mainly.
Also, if you sing songs, I hear as like a group, they'll get scared. Yeah, away.
Yeah, like loud noises. Big groups, like a bunch of all that shit. Usually,
black bears. That is different than like being in like a fucking grizzly bear.
Oh no, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, grizzly will fuck you up if you don't have a big enough gun and shoot them just right. You're done. But with
in the Revenant? Is that a grizzly bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Is that a true story?
So I think so. I don't know how much of it's fabricated, but I know the guy is real.
All right. I know it's a book as well.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene is just so...
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's brutal, but it's also really well done, and it's just so, like, the bear just looks so real, you know?
That ties into what I was going to say about my story in Tennessee, because my mom is super fucking scared of bears, and so we watched that movie, and she literally could not watch that scene. I mean, it's a brutal scene, but like she like literally couldn't watch it. But we went hiking in there, and like some of the signs are like, if you come in contact with a bear, because most of the time they're like, they'll hear you coming and they'll move away, like they don't like noise. And but you know, if there's cubs, they're gonna be territorial. So like if one does like stop you on your path, you're supposed to shout at it, scream at it, whatever, right? Make yourself bigger. The one thing you weren't supposed to do is turn your back on it or run away, because then if it just stares at you, it'll like feel the need to chase you or something. I don't know.
Oh, so, yeah, no, that's what I heard. And I'm pretty sure that it's the same thing for lions.
Maybe. I have no idea. I'd rather get fucking... Oh, God. I can't imagine dying from a bear or a lion. But anyway.
Oh, dude, that is like one of my worst fears. It's just death by like some beast. You know?
Fuck that. I want to die naturally. But anyway, so like we were walking on this trail, and I was first in line, and like I had... so like I said, we had air horns. I had a walking stick. Me and my dad both had like big tanto blades on us. I think we had like maybe like 6-inch knives, so we could probably hold our own if it came down to that with both of us. I don't know how aggressive, because black bears aren't as big as grizzlies.
No, and they're not as like strong. I know.
Yeah, so I think like I don't know if I could myself fight a black bear, but me and my dad, we probably could take a black bear, especially with sticks and knives and shit. But I don't know if I could take one on my own.
Like especially if it's 2 people, like you said.
Yeah, we probably could take care of it, but I don't know if I could on my own. But anyway, so I'm in first, and like from like there's a bear, like because we were coming around a bend, and there's a bear right in the middle of the fucking trail staring at me, and it was probably 10 feet from me, and I fucking stopped in my tracks, and so I'm screaming at this bear, and it didn't do anything. And then my mom was like behind, and she sees the bear, and the first thing she does is fucking turns around and runs. So I was like, oh shit. So we're like,
what happened?
Nothing. The bear was just staring. It was fucking sizing us up. It didn't stand on its feet or anything. It just was like looking at us confused, and we're like, fuck that. So but like we only got to like half of our hike because the bitch was standing right in the middle of the fucking right in the path. So we're like, fuck this.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna walk towards it.
Yeah, and like people were blowing their, like we were walking back and we are telling like, hey, there's a bear in the trail, and people weren't even phased. Like, oh, we'll make it move. And so like we heard whistles, screaming, and oghorns, and like just this bear would not move.
Yeah, dude, that's the one thing for me that turns me off from like being out in nature is like, yeah, I don't want to be around all of these like fucking wild animals.
So not too many bears around here. I think we have some little brown bears in this part. So I'm not too worried about that. If I go hiking, I usually carry a knife on me, so I can find foxes, or I can fucking take a coyote. I could take a coyote. There's no wolves that are bad in this area, I don't think. Not like a fucking timber wolf or some shit.
Wait, where are the grizzly bears?
They're in the Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, you know, from Utah, Montana, Seattle, Canada, like that part of the country has a lot of bears. And also in Alaska. I think it's called Kodiak Island is in Alaska. It's like the whole island is just full of grizzly bears, and if you take a cruise, you can go by and see them. Like they're just all on the shoreline and shit. It's like sudden death if you ever drop somebody on this island.
Oh man, that is like torture.
Yeah, I think it's Kodiak Island is what it's called.
Man, also polar bears. That is also I would never. Honestly, which one would you rather die by? Polar bear or grizzly bear?
I'd rather die by a polar bear, honestly, because I feel like it's cooler. Dude, grizzlies fuck you up, man. I don't know.
You think polar bears don't fuck you up just as much?
Well, I'm sure they do, but like not compared. I also don't think polar bears are as big as... Dude, grizzly bears are fucking... They stand like 8 to 10 feet tall. They're massive fucking animals.
So are polar bears. I think polar bears are even taller, but I don't think they're as like muscular.
They might not be. I always assumed that polar bears were smaller than... I mean, it's because the shit's melting, so like they don't have as much food. So like most modern day polar bears are kind of skinny and they're kind of scraggly looking. But fuck that if I'm thinking... Like the fact that this fat fuck can outswim me, outclimb me, and outrun me just does not sit well in my stomach.
Yeah, no, and also the fact that these fucking things can run at like 35 miles an hour.
That's insane.
I know, and like you're that big and you can run that fast. That's crazy.
The only thing missing is them flying.
Oh, dude, if those things flew, we would, like, not be alive.
I can't imagine getting dive bombed by a bear.
Oh, man. I just forget sometimes. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, like every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, bears exist, you know, they could fucking murder us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None in this area though, thank fuck.
Yeah. No.
I think really
Like
the only dangerous thing that we have if you go in the mountains is like timber rattlers. So like there's some like venomous snakes, but I think that's pretty
snakes,
much it.
okay.
Like
When you say like coyotes, how do you actually like take those down? Like you just fucking punch it, or?
I don't know. I don't think coyotes attack humans. I think they only attack like your pets are the biggest problem for coyotes, like cats and dogs.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I don't think coyotes attack people. I think only wolves attack people. Because coyotes aren't that. Huh?
Are you into that shit?
What, wolves?
No, like the chupacabra and all that, and like those like mythical creatures.
I don't know, man. World's a big place.
No, I'm not saying like if you believe in it or not, but like, do you think it's cool and whatnot?
Oh yeah, I love folklore and urban legends. If you're talking about things being real, I feel like a chupacabra is more like that. There's a greater % chance of that thing existing than the fucking Sasquatch or the Mothman.
Bigfoot.
Because like the way they describe it's basically just like a super massive rabid wolf dog thing.
There's multiple different interpretations of it though, because that wolf dog thing, I could buy that. That could definitely be. But then that thing, there could be multiple of them, and it could just be like a species of.
I don't remember the actual like, because there's an urban legend about them, not just that they're just some weird mythical creature, but like they were not an omen, but they were basically like to scare little kids, kind of like a German folktale.
Yeah, and there's a lot of German folktales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, is the werewolf is that a Germanic thing?
I have no idea. I assume.
Know? Okay.
Or maybe somewhere Slavic, Eastern European-ish.
Something like that.
Or English, I have no idea.
Dude, the fucking chupacabra. Like, I'm looking at pictures of it. There's, like I said, there's multiple different interpretations of it. So, like, some of them are like a dog. Some of them are just like, they're kind of like looking like jackals.
Yeah.
Some of them have wings and stuff like that. And they're kind of, but then some of them are more humanoid and stuff like that with like a dog head. It's really creepy.
Yeah, a little Mexican Anubis going on.
Oh wait, what is that? Oh, the Wendigo. Oh, that shit's scary as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I love stories about the Wendigo.
Where does that come from? Is that American?
Yeah, it's I don't remember what specific native tribe that it comes from. It might be Plains.
Oh right, it's a Native American. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember what it. I don't remember which one it is, but it's a specific tribe. That's their the skinwalker, the shapeshifter.
Oh yeah, no, that shit freaks me. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know in that culture, like you're not even allowed to talk about it because they believe that like at least one person is like among them a skinwalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love American folklore. I have a book called Spooky. Yeah, I have a book called Spooky America and also Spooky South. It's a whole
what
spooky.
What kind of stuff did you get in there? Like, did you see in there?
I remember specifically because obviously West Virginia has the Mothman, New Jersey has the New Jersey Devil.
Who is the Mothman? I'm not familiar with that.
So, basically, the story of the Mothman was, and I don't remember. This has been a long time since I've read it, but basically, there's this one bridge. It's in West Virginia, and people have been reporting seeing like this flying humanoid figure that basically like fucks with people on a bridge and shit. Or like just like fucking like just like rams into your car or some shit. But that's that. But I don't remember what the one in Virginia is. We just have a lot of ghost stories here. Like do you know where the Dismal Swamp is?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
It's this massive swamp that's at the bottom edge of the bottom middle of the border. It kind of borders North Carolina, and it's like a giant swamp. And in the middle of it has like a huge lake. It's called Lake Drummond, and back in the 1800s, I think people, because like you can kayak. I don't know if it's a man-made like little canal river thing that goes to the lake or little drainage thing, or if it's natural like that. But you can kayak in the swamp and then into this lake. And there's also like a boardwalk, I think too. I kind of want to go and visit there. But anyway, so like there was a legend like there's like this ghostly white maiden that was seen to be paddling on a canoe at night. People would report, or there was just a bunch of strange lights that would, fly out of the water and shit. It was a very sort of mystical, eerie place. And I think it might even go back to the natives too. There was always just weird, ghostly things happening in that swamp.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, well, there's a couple other ones too. But yeah, I like a lot of the urban legends and folklore.
Yeah. What was the one you said, like the Jersey Devil?
Yeah, it honestly sounds kind of similar to the chupacabra. It's just like this rabid, wild fucking creature thing that just goes and causes havoc. Kidnaps, eats small children and dogs and shit. It's kind of similar.
Ah, yes, I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's crazy is the amount of people back in the day that literally, like, there's people that were so into vampires or so scared that the undead would come back and walk the earth that they would always, like, in most graves, they would have a bell. And that's also because people, getting misdiagnosed as dead and they wake up, and then if they're not supposed to be there, they ring the coffin bell. And then also, like, a lot of people had like a wooden,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, so that they could dig it back up. Yeah.
Exactly. And then a lot of people had like a wooden stake in the heart to basically just make sure they stayed dead. So I can imagine the people that had some like disease, they passed out and woke back up and they just died because they got a fucking stake in the heart.
Not a good look, bro.
Not a fucking good look. But yeah, they were super scared of vampires and shit, which is really crazy.
Dude,
And also witches
of course,
too.
Fucking Twilight literally ruined vampires and werewolves. No one is ever gonna think that they're scary anymore.
Yeah, Twilight is kind of. Have you ever watched True Blood?
No.
It's kind of. It's more of a brutal kind of vampire show, but one of my favorite thing about vampires is I like the alternative history of the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. You ever seen that?
No, I've not seen that.
It basically, this dude writes historical fiction, and he basically. The timeline is like vampires. I can't remember what they were fighting for, either the North or the South, and Abraham Lincoln was like the hunter of them. So like they tied in it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but with vampires. They just made up their alternative timeline. They also did Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, so maybe it was a good book series, and they turned it into a movie.
Was the movie good?
The movie wasn't as good. The book was a lot better.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies was the other one.
That movie, the Abraham Lincoln Vampires, I think that was filmed in New Orleans.
It looks like it. It's very swampy.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the sets and shit.
Yeah, I mean it was an alright movie. It was one of those ones where like it wasn't like good, but I enjoyed it because I liked the book. Okay. But yeah, vampires. Yeah. Never really got into vampires.
Not fucking cool anymore. Nah, but dude, the Wendigo, that shit just, that just gives me the fucking willies, man.
I want to see, I'm sure there is, but like a really good horror movie about them.
A movie, you said?
Yeah.
Maybe. If there isn't, that would be awesome if they made something about that.
There was one that was really cool. It was like it was a horror movie that was about this like pagan creature god thing that lived in this forest, and it was like this tree monster animal hybrid thing, and it would just like kill people and like hang them up and nail them, and so like it was about these people that tried to escape the forest from this thing. It was a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I never really was like into like witches and all that kind of shit either. All that pagan.
The Salem trials.
I like the Salem trials. I'm talking about just like as like a folk tale, like just like the thing of witches. I don't know why it's just never been super interesting to me.
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing with like the werewolves and like the vampires, where it's just been such like, desensitized and like all that stuff.
Yeah. What's your view on witchcraft? Because I remember people always have a specific problem with it, or like just like having an issue with paganism in general.
Well, I mean, witchcraft is, it's real, but not in the sense that you think it is. Like, it is not real in the sense that, like, no, you cannot perform magic spells and shit like that. But right. It is definitely real in the sense that you can draw upon demons and whatnot. Because those very well do exist.
So do you think like movies and entertainment, like stuff like Harry Potter and all that kind of shit, is like a micro conjuring of that, or you think people that just want to live that lifestyle?
No, I mean if you take it too far, yes you can, but obviously for the vast majority of people it probably won't be a problem. But it just like it just depends on the actual work. Like Harry Potter, I don't understand why Christians don't like it, because it is literally like fucking defending everything that you hold sacred. But something more like, I don't know, like Star Wars, I can see why people would have like certain like Christian groups would think that it is potentially demonic and like has witchcraft tied to it.
Star Wars?
Yeah, or like any kind of fantasy thing like that. Well, yeah, because I mean it can be taken too far, and like with all this Comic-Con bullshit.
With what?
And,
with with the Force? What the fuck? Stuff.
No, that's, I mean, yes and no. It's because this thing is it's very hard to explain, but it's basically these things can they can be taken too far, and that they can replace your religion and stuff like that, and you can become a fucking man-child who has no personality, and yeah.
All right, so you're saying that becoming a nerd hardcore just conjures demons? Like I don't get it.
Potentially, yes.
Why Star Wars though? Like Star Wars doesn't even have like the only mystical element of Star Wars is the fucking theory of the Force.
No,
but
it's not really the actual necessarily the themes inside it. It's
just a fictional story.
No, but I'm saying it's not necessarily the actual themes that are being presented, but it's the merchandise and the iconography of it and like all that stuff, and how that can literally just become your personality. And
how's that different from anything else then? Like why? Like that's like with anything. If you get too obsessed with it, no matter what it is.
I'm not saying it's Star Wars in particular, but that's what that is.
What is taking it too far? Like what do you mean? Like what specifically?
Like where you spend ungodly amounts of money and like you're just literally walking all around in like fucking Darth Vader costumes, and you're going to the conventions, and like you just have all these fucking things. Like it becomes your religion basically.
You think people think it's a religion, or like if they're obsessed with a science?
They're unaware of it, but yes, it is.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. Everyone has a religion. Everyone worships something, even if you're unaware of it. You worship something.
So it's the mindset of getting obsessed with a thing that isn't religion, and then that even if they don't view it as a religion, they just really enjoy that one thing. Is that what you're saying? It doesn't matter what it is.
Kind of. It's just basically in that fantasy sci-fi kind of thing, and you can be taken down the rabbit hole with it.
It's a gateway to.
No, and that's
it's a gateway.
It's like I am not trying to come across as like in that way, but I mean those people are right. But it's like that doesn't mean you should ban any of these things. It's just like you need to enjoy these things with moderation, and you need to accept the fact that this is not the divinely inspired word of God, and this was.
It's not trying to be though. It's a whole different fucking.
No, I understand, but people kind of treat it like that, and then it's taken too far, and it becomes your religion, and you worship it.
I don't think people I feel like if you have some sort of mental illness that that obsession really just obstructs your daily life, but I don't
that's different.
I don't see. So that's what I'm saying. Are you saying people that just have a hardcore obsession with it? Because the people that dress at Comic-Con, they're just doing it because they really enjoy the fucking shit, and it's really nerdy. But it doesn't I don't know, it doesn't consume their life. Most of them have regular jobs and shit. Yeah, but that's with anything though. Anything in not moderation consumes their life. That's why I don't get why specifically science fiction. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of other worse shit that's easier to be obsessed with than that.
No, it's not specifically science fiction that they single out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to piece this all together here. I'm trying to get the whole picture of this puzzle.
Basically just demons are a very real thing, and they can take you over, man.
So the demon is just being ungodly obsessed with a thing that's a piece of entertainment that stops making you good.
If it gets in the way of your responsibilities and your family and the things that actually are important and things like that.
Yeah, but you can say that about literally anything that you're over. I could be obsessed with collecting fucking rocks. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's unhealthy, it's an unhealthy obsession.
Well, exactly, dude.
But how many people are like that though? There's massive there's massive fans of entertainment, but I don't think the majority of them are gonna lose their job over it. You know what I mean?
No, but you potentially could, and you could potentially just you get alienated from your family and your friends, and
Yeah, but that's like the extreme of the extreme. That's like a very few amount of people that are like that. Like, there's millions of people that watch this shit. Like, how many of them are like that?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it that prevalent of a problem?
I don't know. But it is a problem.
Yeah, but how
people
prevalent?
Are way too fucking obsessed with things, and just it's blown way out of proportion.
Interesting.
I think you can agree with me on that.
Yeah, but like I said, that's with fucking everything.
Well, right.
There's
but
demons everywhere.
That's still the fucking demons. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but okay, so like, do you think? Because like, I guess like for you, it's something different from saying like this specific thing, like shows and movies about magic or witchcraft or science fiction, right? So like, I'm talking about those specific aspects.
Well, it's very dependent on how it is actually written in the actual story and the narrative. That's why like people I disagree with this. People have a problem with Harry Potter because it's like they're secluded from regular society and they're like learning how to do magic. But that I don't agree with as a problem because like doing magic is literally part of their nature. Like they're literally wizards. So it's like, and you can use the magic for good and bad things,
I'll take it even a step further. It's fucking not real. It's not meant to be like a.
Well, exactly,
it's not meant to be a fucking
like,
religion. It's literally a goddamn fictional fucking story. Like it's not
exactly.
It's not a goddamn like, hey kids, stop watching fucking Jesus and watch Harry Potter. Like I don't understand why people like got so like bent out of shape about it. Like it wasn't like turning your kids pagan. Like I don't get it.
Well, I mean, to a lot of kids, it actually did. Unfortunately.
I don't know.
Like it's the meme about like leftists is like their bookshelf is just Harry Potter and Hillary.
Well, a lot of leftists hate fucking Harry Potter now because of J.K. Rowling. So I would say a lot of people of the left actually don't like them now.
What did she do?
She, I guess, is like they call them TERF, which is like super radical feminists that are like only really about women and that they're not really inclusive to other things. So she has like a really big issue. I don't know if she has an issue, but like she doesn't agree with the whole transgender thing. So that's what a lot of people are mad about her for.
Becoming men specifically?
I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I just know that people like she, like everything people say she's transphobic, blah, 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 blah. And then also like people were pointing out how like she used a bunch of stereotypes in the Harry Potter movies. So it's like having like, the fucking elves be slaves, like these little like Jew goblins being the bank keepers.
That like, doesn't bother me.
I know it's just I don't know. Like the people were pointing out a lot of stuff that they think that after like learning her views about certain things. Who are the
fucking elves supposed to be in real life? I don't get that.
I don't know. Just the fact that they were like just ignorant talking little elves that were supposed to be slaves and shit.
Who
like
the fuck cares?
I don't know. But
it's
anyways,
just a narrative, artistic choice. Like it's a fantasy fucking world, dude.
But but with the Harry Potter though, the thing that I don't think it should have gotten the shit that it did because like I'm into like occult stuff. Like I look at the symbols, like I read a bunch of the stuff, and like none of it's in Harry Potter.
Is not occult. Exactly. Like
yes, like there's nothing really pagan about it because like it's they made up their own shit.
Isn't exactly because like when people tell me that like she was under demonic possession when she wrote this, it's like well. Most people who are under demonic possession aren't going to write a story about love and friendship and self-sacrifice and stuff like that. You're going to write some weird-ass, like, cryptic, demonic shit,
Yeah.
Not a story about all this good stuff that I just mentioned.
Yeah, and the thing that the overall message, I guess I could say, that I got from Harry Potter when I was young was just learning like all the holes and the cracks, so like all the problems that were at the school and like who was the bad guy and who's the good guy and like what the stuff that needed to change was, and also like how like they blatantly showed how their view of Muggles was not good because he got the most shit for that.
Right.
So I think that was the whole point. Like I don't know. It's just, again, it's a fictional story. Like you could show me an image of something like the movie we watched last night. It's a brutal fucking movie. It's not going to make me want to go and bite somebody's nose off.
Yeah, no. Even if I saw that wolf fucking cult shit in The Northman, that is not going to make me want to participate in that.
Yeah, I was about to say, for context, we watched The Northman last night.
Yeah, which was a fucking awesome movie, by the way.
It was brutal as fuck. It was pretty out there.
Yeah, dude, like people getting hit across the face and like people's getting their noses cut off and like
Some disemboweling going on.
yeah, lots of just hitting people in the head with a club. Oh, that too. I'm just imagining how painful that is.
Yeah, so I guess in that sort of sense too, like Viking culture, which is strictly pagan, right? Is
Yeah.
pretty. Every time I've seen a show centered on Vikings, it's always been like the Vikings versus Christians kind of deal.
Yeah, Germanic culture in general was very much like that. And that's why they were called the barbarians.
Yeah.
Like the Romans literally called them that.
Yeah, and like again, like they everything is more nuanced than just like one side versus the other. That's why like I hate when people use this argument for things because like they don't even watch the shit and they don't realize like it's not like a like nobody is like, oh, I'm pro this or anti this. Like it's not that fucking simple, and also it's not meant to be a direct thing. The only thing that I will say is that it's different with Disney because I think Disney purposely puts like really sexual undertones in all their shit that's aimed towards children. It's just like a big marketing tool to just get everybody obsessed with it. So I think
I'm
in
not
terms of
wait,
Disney,
hold
it's
on.
different.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but like give me an example just to cuz like I can't
With
really
all
think
like
of one
the
off the
with
top
all
of my
like the
head.
teen like heartthrobs and shit like that. So it's like just having like every single person is sexualized pretty hardcore, especially with
Oh, just
and
like
this
in their
isn't
design and stuff like that.
yeah in their design with the character.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And also just like with the themes too, so it's like it's taking like and I'm not a like I like when people take adult themes and they present them to children so like they can learn a hard lesson or like they give them more like you have to learn certain truths in life and they make it to version to where you can
Yeah,
come
they adapt
across
it
the
to
children
kids. Yeah.
exactly. But I think there's a difference in deliberately like hypersexualizing shit, and I also think that like they do this like it's I mean it's pretty clear that this shit's lazy, so it's like it's just everything is just merchandising. So like they just make movies so they can sell cute characters. Like there's always that one little character like Olaf the Snowman or the fucking Minions. Like there's always one
Yeah.
merchandising character that they have to have so they can
The
just sell that for the
fucking
rest of
minions,
time.
man.
Yeah, so it's just that too. But
Right, cuz
well, okay, so here's
yeah.
my so it hasn't happened with Disney. Well, I guess people are really worried about this whole like this whole gender shit or like teaching sex to your kids at a younger age, which is whatever. I think there's a
It's
difference
not
in
whatever,
like,
man. That's you
well, no,
shouldn't really
there's
talk about that with little
it's
kids. That's
well, there's a
that's fucked
difference in
up.
like that's what I'm saying, like taking adult concepts and like making it palatable to children to where they actually learn a lesson, as opposed to just showing them something or just like telling them about it, not subtly. Like I think there's a big difference in the way you do it. But for example, so do you hear up with the whole shit about Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon?
Wait, is that the guy? Is that like the convicted pedophile or whatever?
I don't think he's convicted, but he, I mean, it's pretty well known that he has a fucking foot fetish. Like,
Oh, okay.
like he's always talking about and you
I
watch the
don't
shows, right?
understand that. That's really makes no sense. I've never understood it.
Yeah, it's people are sexually attracted to the feet, and that's just what it is.
It makes
But
no
like if
sense,
you
but
watch like
yeah.
like Drake and Josh or Victorious or iCarly, like a lot of scenes is them doing shit with their feet. Like there's one scene of Ariana Grande like putting like ketchup on her foot, or like he's always posting like who has the best feet, or like tweet me with this your handle on your foot and you win a prize or some shit, or like hell like you remember they had those pear phones that were like oddly shaped like feet and shit. Like they
Right.
just have a bunch of stuff like that.
Oh, I never realized that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like he put a lot of subliminal feet shit in there, and it's gross because after the fact he's probably a pedophile and he has a foot fetish. So it's like Disney does a lot of similar shit like that, especially with like all their teen heartthrobs, like the Jonas Brothers and all that kind of stuff. Like they very
Oh.
purposely like put that kind of shit in there.
You see, man, this is what I'm saying with the fucking Christian groups and like the demons and all this stuff. They're right when it comes to this stuff.
I don't know because
Is it?
then I no because I don't like that as an ideology because then it takes stuff like that which is like clearly like corporate American greed or just like hypersexualizing of children because Hollywood has an obsession with fucking kids so they have to sexualize
Yeah,
everything.
it's
Um,
fucked up,
but like
man.
they'll take that and then they'll take something like independent movies or like shows that are more brutal, but like they have nothing to do with children or influencing the youth. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like that argument because it carries over into everything as opposed to like this one fucking company mess it up for the rest of us, and especially like stuff that's not even brutal. It's just like I said, it's made for kids they just kind of slip that shit in there.
Yeah, but there's also like a lot of these like Christian people where they're like, we just don't really want to participate in like popular culture, and I'm like, yeah, you have a point.
Which never used to be the case. That's why it's been a weird shift in the last couple of years.
Yeah, because like you're saying, back in like the 70s, I don't really think that was like a thing.
Well, even like sometimes in the 90s and 2000s, like Disney was a classic staple. Like every fucking Karen youth group mom always had some, like they were a Disney princess that they loved. Like that was it was synonymous almost, and now it's just a huge flip.
Yeah, man.
But it's like Disney's always been that way. Like they've always had like weird racist shit that was going on.
The trends, like it's not like Disney. That's the thing, where I'm like, guys, like Disney doesn't actually give a shit about any of this. They're just trying to make the most money they can.
Exactly.
And like that's the thing. They'll say that they're pro LGBTQ or whatever the fuck, and their executives may be pro LGBTQ. I don't know, but that doesn't matter because they literally put it in their movies in such small amounts so that they can just cut it out and give it to China. And like so they can cut it out and send it and have it be shown in China. It's like it's not actually done because they care, which I mean either way is still bad because it's supporting stuff that I don't like. But in a sense, like you could make the case, Jason, that that's worse because they're not even following through with that stuff.
Well, it's just like how dumb our system is here, right? So it's like it's like when you see like on the news that people freaking out about that shit, or like people that are so supportive of it, like most people that are gay, like they see the hypocrisy, like they're not that stupid, like they're not like they don't look at a Disney movie and be like, oh, this is good representation, because yeah, you're right, they'll go and like cut that shit out so they can sell it in China. Like it's obviously they're a company, so they're gonna go with whatever popular trend. Like it's it's very easy to see what they're doing. What I'm saying is like I hate the argument that just because one medium is so shitty that now we have to like regulate every other thing that's of a completely different vein with that same sort of severity. That's more what I'm saying. So it's like just because that is so shitty now, like, if I have to watch a movie about something that's really cool or kind of demonic or something that's just, it's supposed to be dark and it's supposed to be evil, I can't even enjoy that from an entertainment standpoint because now that has to be a problem. So it's like there's a difference between like worshiping something or having it done subliminally and also just having something blatantly in your face. You know what I mean? Because like people have been always like saying, oh, Disney puts satanic images in these kids' head, blah, 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 blah. Then like you watch a horror movie of a fucking demon and like people doing like Satan worshiping rituals, and you're like, oh, that's there because that's the whole point of the fucking thing. It's not like, trying to sneakily convert your kids. It's literally like an evil horror story. You know what I mean?
No, but they're making the case that like in the Disney movies, it's just like more sneaky and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just think like you can do any conspiracy theory.
Like, I don't think Disney puts literally satanic images in a thing. I think that's pushing it. But
well, it's like, why would they give a shit? Like I said, the only thing that they really do is the sexualizing thing, and that's only because it sells.
Oh yeah,
sex sells.
Yep.
And also, like I said, they just have a weird obsession with fucking kids. So like, if you're a politician or in Hollywood, you just love children. It's just how it goes if you live here.
Can people just not do that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's really bad. Not a good look, bro.
Nah, fucking good luck. But
not
yeah,
a good look,
I don't know. I hate that it carries over to other mediums because, like I said, if it's meant to be a fictional story and it's also for adults, like it's blatant. Like there's no sneaking things that have to happen because it's right in your face.
Well, for me, it's like with people that are like on Facebook complaining about this stuff. It's like you can just not pay money to have your kids watch these things. Like, you can just have them watch other things,
Well, I think more of the point is it's more prevalent in our culture. So like it's more than just not watching something. It's also because I mean most people think it's being taught in our schools.
So we have to like fucking hear this all the time.
Exactly. Or it's like, Mom, why can't I watch this movie? My friends are all watching this movie. Blah 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 blah. So I'm of the opinion like you are like it's my same issue with words, right? If it's a bad word and you ban it, it just gives it more fucking power. Like if you're of that belief, it's true that like conjuring demons is such a big problem. It's like with anything, you make it more desirable to go chase out the more limited that you make it. So it's like if you're trying to do, ban guns, ban bad words, ban drugs, what's more prevalent? The more dangerous illegal side of that shit. So people die more, people get obsessed more. So you make something very tempting when you just kind of when you ban it.
Drugs. I wish there was some way to just destroy these things, but like you can't do that. Which
Well,
is
it's
annoying.
like you think about it, like they're illegal, right? So it's like it's not regulated, so that's why a lot of people are overdosing on this shit, right? I mean, obviously you can make the claim that opiates are legal and it's regulated and people are dying off of those and getting addicted, but it just depends on what it is. But again,
What
like
do opiates even do to you?
they're mainly painkillers. They make
In
you
the
just
sense
feel
that
really
like
good.
in the sense that like weed and cocaine is painkillers.
No, cocaine and weed I don't think are painkillers.
Well, no, cocaine is just like a stimulant, right?
Yeah, it just makes you feel really fucking hyper and just really focused. I don't know really cocaine. I mean, obviously weed makes you mellow and chill and shit, and it also helps you out with some illnesses, but I don't know. I'm not really into drug culture, but my whole point is like whether it's anything, drugs, guns, words, the more you ban them, the more people are going to do them. It doesn't stop it. So it's my same shit. So like if you really want to have a thing not have as much power, you just have to fucking not let it get to you that much, or just it has to be prevalent. So like I said, you got to know where the bullshit is.
Yeah, you got to know where the bullshit is so that you don't do the bullshitting.
Because like if you really think about it, so it's like if it's if you're watching something that's gonna turn you away from religion, so you make that ban, so the people that really want to go fucking watch it, or like they don't have that sort of connection, then like especially if they have a bad experience or you're forcing them to do something, they're gonna want to rebel and do that fucking thing and be involved into that atmosphere, especially if it's not a controlling one. So it makes the problem worse when people act like that.
There's still a point where you just need to suck it up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
That's
if you can't watch something and then get the sense of, oh, this is going to transform people, like you got to get over that, because that's how life works. You can't just be influenced by everything you watch and see.
Right. But also there's just the lack of like respect for like what your parents like want you to consume and stuff like that. It is very important, and like you need to like understand, like, yeah, I mean, if my mom doesn't want me to watch this, whatever, even if Timmy's watching it, I don't need to watch it.
I think it just depends on what it is, because like I remember growing up, my parents, they didn't really regulate what I watched. They just didn't want me doing it, but they never like really check, like they, especially with music, because I listened to a lot of pretty edgy explicit music when I was growing up, and they never really seemed to care, because I didn't like I was never failing school, or I never did drugs. Like I was fine. Like it obviously wasn't influencing me enough to the point where it was a problem.
Right, because like you were saying, for some people it can be a big problem, and then for some people it isn't, just because certain people are exposed to different things. And also like if you had older siblings, that can definitely be a thing that changes like how these kind of things affect you.
It's more of a mental problem though, because like for the people that they do that shit, like they're already disturbed and on edge. Like I was saying on the last thing, it's not even those entertainment mediums. Like it's gonna eventually be like having a shitty boss or somebody cutting you off in traffic. Like there's gonna be that straw that breaks the back. So if they're already fucking dark and disturbed to do that in the first place, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Most regular people can look at something and be like, oh, I enjoy this, and then it stops. You know what I mean? Like for people that get ungodly,
right. It was just like that was fun, and then you don't even like remember it.
Yeah, for the people that get like obsessed with things, yeah, they need help. They need to fucking get over that thing. But I don't think it's like
it's the demons, bro.
Yeah, but you can overcome. It's not like it's gonna like I don't think like
no, you can definitely tell the demons like, fuck you. You're like, you're not gonna tell me how to run my life anymore.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. So it's like
you can definitely get it out.
So that's where I wish more of the mindset would come from, is just like just get over it and just like fucking battle your demons and just prevail, as opposed to just banning shit because you're scared to deal with it. I think that's my main problem. Just deal with it. And then if you're a moderate person and it's not going to affect you, then there's no reason to fucking get mad at it in the first place. Just enjoy it for being fictional. And it's a story.
The banning, I don't have a problem with it if it's just in certain contexts and stuff like that,
It depends on what it is. Like, obviously, like, you don't want children watching really grotesque, brutal, fucking rated R movies or, like, really scary shit. Like, that's different. But, like, when it comes to just, like, fictional stories like Harry Potter, like, come on.
Oh, no, I'm 100% with you on that. Yeah. But it's more like a certain kind of music should not be played in certain contexts, if you know what I'm saying.
Like
and
what?
Well, I mean, and obviously, like, this isn't the best example, but like in church, you're not supposed to play rap music or country music or
Why
like.
country? I get rap because it's explicit, but why country?
No, but you're just not supposed to play secular music.
Well, most people write Christian music from
Specifically,
secular music, though. Especially like
right?
one of the
But
churches I went to, they just wrote their own kind of versions of it.
well, in the Catholic Church before 1970, whatever the fuck, when Vatican II came out and fucked up everything,
The Vatican II.
You were not allowed to play that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they just fucking changed that. Like that's just all man-made shit. Like
No, but you're not. You shouldn't play that because.
Well, then why did they change it?
It's because the church was fucking invaded. Like it's just. It's fucking true, dude. Well, no, they didn't change it. They just gave you the option to do this other thing.
I don't know. Maybe they're like, albums aren't selling. We got to get rid of the chants, boys.
Oh, dude, those chants have good albums. Those are good fucking shit.
No, but yeah. Obviously, there's a fucking time and place for everything. But, just outright banning it for the whole entire scope of everything is not good.
That's the fucking thing with like the apostasy has gone up. Like, you know what that is, right?
I might have. I don't remember.
It's just the abandonment of the Christian faith.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like it's like ever since Vatican II and like the apostasy, it went up like more than it ever had been up, and it's just like, what did you fucking expect, guys? Like when you're just listening to like just guitar music and just generic like C and G chords in like a fucking Gothic cathedral. It's like, no, when I'm in a Gothic cathedral, I want to like listen to Gregorian chants. It's like, yeah, I'm like, what did you guys expect?
Do you really think that was the reason why people did that? Because they just made Catholic Wonderwall? Like, I think there's just a bunch of other problems that's why people. I don't think it's because of the music changing.
No, but that's a big thing. I mean, like if you go a long time without that and without the traditional Latin Mass and like Gregorian chant, and you just are doing the Novus Ordo, which is like it's the new Mass, which is in the vernacular language of wherever you live geographically. But when you're just doing that and you're just going through the motions, you just become numb to it. But in Latin Mass, there's just this flow to it and this rhythm and stuff like that, which you just don't get in the new Mass. And it's
I just feel like boomers only care about that shit. Like, well, I don't think anybody young would leave the Catholic Church because of the fucking.
There's tons of young people that are like just like me. They're like, nah, we kind of need to bring back the Latin Mass.
Yeah, but you haven't left.
Well, what do you mean left? Oh, like at the church.
Yeah.
No, because
especially people our age, because nobody like how many people our age listen to that shit? Like nobody, like who sits and listens to Gregorian chanting in their car? Like most people listen to guitar-esque or pop-esque music.
Not necessarily in your car, but I mean just like in general and stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. If they're playing music in church that more younger people would relate to, then like I don't see why.
No, but most of these young people and like the music they play, they think it's cringe, and I'm like, yeah, you.
Well, yeah, it's awful, but I don't see like.
Yes, exactly, but it's like. It's because these people aren't exposed to It's because these people aren't exposed to Gregorian chant.
Yeah, but it's a very specific style of music. Like, how many people are going to like Gregorian chanting?
It's not even a specific style of music.
Yes, it is. Dude, it's literally people chanting hymns. How is that not a specific style?
But it's like there's also there's different styles of Gregorian chant and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the premise, like who, like, that's what I'm saying, like, outside of the context of in a cathedral, like, who listens to that kind of shit?
There's Gregorian. It's not just in a cathedral. Like it's in any other.
Or I meant just in a regular church, not cathedral. Like in regular like church service. Outside of that, like not that many people would listen to it because it's a very specific niche style of music. It's like it's a subgenre pretty much.
There's people that listen to it. I mean,
well, yeah, because
even so, it's still fucking awesome. It doesn't matter if it's like a
because you think it sounds good. That's why you think it's awesome. There's people that listen to it like on board as fuck. I think it sounds nice. I like listening to it, but I don't.
Fucking stupid, man. If
what?
They think it's bad.
You're missing my point. My point
is a very point.
No.
Your point is that it's like some people just don't give a shit.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
But also my point is you're of that opinion because you really like Gregorian chanting. You think it sounds awesome. What I'm saying is it's a very specific niche sound. It's not a popular sound, so only specific people will like that sound.
Because it's not even really played anymore.
Who, like, it was never on the radio. Like, even like when
Well, no, you're not gonna fucking play it on the radio.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very niche genre.
Dude,
only people that grew up Catholic listen to it.
But are you gonna play like Muslim mosque chants on the radio? No, it doesn't mean that those things aren't just.
That's my point. It's a very niche genre. It's not a widespread sound that people listen to. That's my whole point.
But I am not saying that you need to play Gregorian chant on the radio. I am saying that when I'm in a church, that's what I need to listen to. And like, if I'm listening to secular music, it's just it fucks everything. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get that it changes the whole atmosphere and like it's a cooler vibe to have that sort of thing. What I'm saying is like I don't think that's like the massive prevalent problem of why people are leaving the Catholic Church. I think they're leaving the Catholic Church because of all the other big issues.
No, but it's one of them, dude. It's because of the continuous just like laxation of all of these traditional like rules that were fucking in the ancient church.
Do you say it's like the majority of Catholic churches that play contemporary music now?
Yeah, most of them do. It's just because of the laxation of everything. And there's the laxation of tons of things. There's like, obviously, the fast of being in communion. It changed from you need to not eat anything from, I believe, before you even receive the Eucharist that day. So it's like if Mass is at 7 o'clock at night, so be it. You can't eat anything. And that changed to 3 hours before Mass, which was still like you need to put thought into it. And then it changed to 1 hour before Mass. And it's like, oh, I guess I just shouldn't eat a bag of chips while I'm in the car going to Mass. Like, it's just gotten so lax and like there's no discipline to it anymore.
I just think most people don't have discipline in general. That's why like they always set up a New Year's resolution and never follow through. Like that's just how we are as humans. We're flawed in that way. We don't fucking have good discipline.
But that's why we had these rules to give you the discipline and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think it's easier discipline. It's just like if you I don't know. I just feel like people just take these problems and they just magnify them more than it has to be. Because like if it's really that controlling on your life to do that kind of stuff, or like if it's that big of a deal that you need to leave the church because you don't like the music, like how fragile is that system?
Right, but like, you mean like leave just like the parish you're at, or just actually just like commit apostasy?
That committed, like if it's so if your connection to God is that fragile that you'll commit apostasy because you didn't like the fucking music at your church, like I don't know, like I feel like that's not really a good form of discipline.
Or you're saying that's what I'm doing?
No, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. What I'm saying is like if you're of that, like if you were of that belief, or like I said, if you just had all these sort of problems that like I feel like all that stuff is internal.
Yeah. Well, like you're saying, like with the music being played, and I'm saying like it just wouldn't be as high if we were doing the traditional Latin rite of the Mass and the traditional music and the liturgy, and if all that stuff was still in place, like it wouldn't be as high, like the apostasy rate.
I don't know. That just sounds like a really fragile system if it is that high because of that reason. Because I don't know.
It's not the reason where it's just like, I mean, it's a big reason, but it's not like. Well, that's the thing. There's no like really big reason. There's just, like you said, it's multiple different things.
I don't know. Everybody that I talked to that like used to be Catholic, they always say like the worst thing was like like the shit they had to endure when they went to Catholic school, or like a lot of people are not, like, they don't like the corruption that was in the like, it's like it was a bunch of like structural stuff they didn't really like about it, but it wasn't
dude,
like
a lot of it. It's just because those things aren't really Catholic, and it's like. They don't deserve to call themselves Catholic. It's just because it's been so compromised, and it's literally just secular now. Like it's the most Catholic schools and like just mainstream Catholic schools and even churches, like they're really not Catholic. They've just lost so much of the culture and the history and the traditions and like just the liturgy and just in like obviously just in like how the institutions are run and stuff like that. It's just gone. Like they don't have an identity anymore. And it's like most people when they say like, oh well, like yeah, like I went to Catholic school, and it's like, well, at this point, like going to Catholic school is really fucking almost no different than going to going to public school.
Do you think it's only really because of that lack of or that loss of identity is the biggest problem for it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just because it's gotten too secular and it's gotten too like, well, and it's gotten been too compromising and it's just like, well, we don't want to be like mean or we don't want to do these things and we need to be like respectful and these certain and it's just like, yeah, I understand like where you're coming from, but at the same time, like you still need to fucking stay true to what you believe in. Like you can't just keep doing this whole like, like, and it's what like those I don't know it that church in Old Town like what is it, I forget the name.
I have no idea. I don't know names of shit.
There's one of those churches where it's like they're like there might be a god, so let's just hold out hope that there is one, just in case there is one.
There's no, wait, really? Somebody said
no, yeah, no. Oh no, it's the Unitarians. That's the denomination. They are like there might be a god, so let's hold out hope that there is. And it's like no, either there is or there isn't.
That's that's like the definition of the fear of God into these people.
Yeah.
But
it's
no,
like either,
so
yeah, okay.
So I guess like unfortunately like if like that's what I'm saying, like if it just is becoming 10 times more secular, or like if that's like the new face of Catholicism, like unfortunately that's like the image that most of them have. So, but also like it's not even that, like even like not even people complaining about, because I've heard people say about the military too, like oh the military is getting too soft, blah 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 blah, but majority of the stuff hasn't like changed super much. Like I'm talking about people
have
like
the most powerful military in the world.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying is like people back in the day, like people that are like my parents' age, like they hated how oppressive it was, and like they couldn't stand all like the rules that they had to go through. So it's like it's not even the fact
in what,
of
Catholic school or
in Catholic school, or just like I said, the corruption in terms of
like, I'm serious. Like most of the fucking rules there, like they're nothing.
Well, no, it's like just like being able to, like I said, like if you repress kids at that early of an age, like they wonder why they rebel and like
what do you
be like
mean repress? Like what are you repressing them from?
Everything, like you repress them sexually, repress them emotionally, like you can't have any sort of different thought.
Like I had the same conversation with this guy in New Orleans, like the whole like, oh well, like these people are the most sexually repressed. Don't you think that's why? It's like they're literally only sexually repressed because the rest of fucking society is just so overly sexualized. It's
exactly. So the fact that it's like you're never going to get people to change the opposite way.
You don't need to, like, that doesn't mean you can just go along with whatever fucking else person is doing. Like, you see what I'm saying?
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if you don't give people the tools to fight all the bullshit in this world, they're gonna go out and make the wrong choices. You do get the tools
to fight this shit. It's just
it doesn't though, because it makes it worse.
No, yes, it does give you the tools to fight. It's just these people don't want to accept it, and they just want to be like, oh, fuck everything, fuck the school. It's just that attitude of just like fuck everything, and like I don't want to actually make an effort to try to learn from this and to try to like actually like make myself valuable and stuff like that.
Yeah, that attitude doesn't like that. That's actually part of the like people that like I said, like a lot of like the worst people that I knew that had to deal with shit, whether it's like drug addiction or mental problems, like most of them went to Catholic school. So it's like I just like started seeing that pattern. I was like, Jesus Christ, this happened like almost all you guys. And then also a lot of the shit like pedophilia is pretty strong, and pedophilia is strong everywhere, like I said, in Hollywood and our government, but also like it's infiltrated into that church thing. So like, a lot of people that went to Catholic school have sad. Like
it's
shit
awful.
Tons of abuse stories as well. And also just like the same thing with like just like how the government's run and just how all that shit's run. It's like, money is king, so there's gonna be so much fucking conflict of interest within that. So it's just anything structuralized in this country is just not ran well, whether it's religious or secular.
We still need institutions, what I'm saying is like, because without them, we're monkeys, man.
You just have to have that internal strength. So it's like you have to like.
But I'm saying the idea that Catholic school doesn't give that to you is bullshit. That's nonsense. That's just that's just the standard lampoon view of the Catholic Church. Like it pampers you like a child. It's like that's nonsense.
One thing it pampers, like it definitely teaches resilience. But I'm saying like if you're not like if you don't like succumb to that sort of thing, you'll definitely burn out super quickly. Like if you don't like that's something you ban anything, it makes it worse. It makes people want to do it more. It makes it like if you don't give people moderation, they will fucking go insane. So that's what I'm saying. Like if
things that you just shouldn't do, and you like. That's just kind of how the Ten Commandments work, and that's how the Mosaic Law works.
I'm
It's
curious
like you're
to know
saying,
if
like with the moderation, it's like porn cannot be done in moderation. Like, I'm sorry, like it is evil.
Yeah, I remember we touched on this the last time, so I don't like
We
want to go
did,
back
and
too
I
heavy
did.
into it. Yeah.
Right. No, and I think you stated your opinions on it very well.
Yeah,
And
like I said,
I agree with most of the stuff you said about it. Not everything, obviously, but you made your case.
I think for me, like porn wouldn't even really be an issue. Like I think the problem of porn is honestly the problem of having that mindset of like not having like sex before marriage, because it makes people flock to an easier alternative. So it's like if you ban somebody from doing that shit, or not even ban it, like if you look down upon, like you do something that's a little bit more secretive, so then this other vice becomes 10 times stronger and it's like actually objectively more harmful. So that's my kind of points, is like that's why I'm not a fan of banning shit, because it makes people do a lot more dangerous versions of things.
We still need order though. Like you can't just have. I mean, we still need order though. Like,
that is order. You like if you have people like, this is the safe, correct way to do this. This is the right mindset to have about this, as opposed to you are forbidden to do this, and then that's why people go flock to do the more dangerous thing, whether it's porn, drugs, alcohol, gambling. Like if you like, that is the right way to do it. Is you have to learn how to.
Right, but there's still things that just they're forbidden. They were forbidden for a reason, you know.
I honestly think like if they didn't forbid it, that porn wouldn't be that much of an issue.
What? No. What are you talking about?
Because it's the same thing. Like the more you regulate shit, it just goes fucking haywire. It doesn't work.
No, there should be fucking regulations on porn. Like you should at least have to like pay for it or something.
No.
Okay, explain to me.
Let me clarify what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like the problems that we have with porn right now wouldn't be as prevalent as if people learn their right, healthy way to have like sexual like release and sexual expression, as opposed to just outright banning it before you get married, because it's not natural. No, because it's not natural. Like we are like
not natural
to like repress all of our sexual urges until we get married. That's not a natural thing that we are designed to do.
Back in the day, you got fucking married at like 16 years old.
Yeah, it was fucking... Yeah, it's a problem. That was a big problem.
Not necessarily, just because it made sense back then.
Yeah, you also fucking got hanged in the streets, or they fucking burned you alive for shit. Like, there's a bunch of shit that just... times have changed.
It made sense in the sense that, like, you know, you already had, like, your job set out, and you already knew what the fuck you were doing. So, like, it made sense. Because, like, you just had, like, you had an apprenticeship and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes sense in context for the time, but like when you fucking, you know, go a couple centuries, you learn some shit. Like it just, what I'm saying is like you look at stuff that does more harm than good. And for people that are regularly adjusted, they can do it, then they can do it.
That does not do more harm than good.
What doesn't?
It's like I said, it's that standard lampoon view of the Catholic Church, and it's wrong. It's just, and a lot of people just believe it because they just hear a lot of other people saying it, and it just builds up over time. Like you're saying, like the premarital sex and stuff like that.
Like I said, I think for regular people that are adjusted, like you learn discipline, you learn resilience, and you learn like self-reliance and a bunch of stuff. But if you like basically like there's no lifeline. Like if you can't handle that system, it's just gonna destruct you, and there's no help for it. Like that's what I'm saying. So like the people that it doesn't work for, it just like basically destroys them, and then they're just left to go into these other voices.
It works for everyone, man. Jesus works for everyone.
Yeah, if it's done the right way. But like I said, for the people that can't handle it, their lives just get squandered.
Well, no, exactly. It's Judas. Like he didn't accept God's forgiveness because it was intense, you know.
Well, I think it's also in the context of schooling, because like there's a bunch of people that like didn't grow up in a religious school. Like they went to a regular school and then like they just went to church on Sundays, or their family was religious. So there's a difference in also like the severity of how like, you know, how strict people are, because like some people aren't as strict about that kind of stuff, and like they still have a regular relationship. They can still, you know, take the word and be fine. So I think it's just the people that just have that hardcore regulatory sense about it, because again, it doesn't like. My whole entire point is like what you're saying is true, but it's counterproductive the way the method to sustain it, to keep it, like to keep that relationship. It's counterproductive.
Like what is?
trying to repress everything and trying to make sure that everything else is wrong.
Repressing everything. Like I hear that word, and I'm not trying to like fucking be mad at you, dude. But like I hear that word thrown around all the time.
Well, what would you call it? Like what's the other word for it? Like if you just straight up saying like you cannot do this until this, and everything else needs to be squandered. Like what else would you call it?
Rules. Like it's just following the Mosaic law.
Yeah, but like it's like I'm saying like if there's different interpretations of rules, like you can follow rules super strict, or you say if you do this and break this rule, this is the consequence of this rule. So like it's a very loose rule because it's super vague. Like it's like this is a very overarching thing.
And rule? Huh? Are you saying just like there's just rules that some of them are really loose?
Yeah, exactly. Because like you're taking a very complex thing like sexuality and you're putting one very vague rule over top saying like you are not to do this until this.
That's not vague.
It is because
clear. No, that's not vague.
It's literally a sentence. Like there's rules that have like exceptions, and there's rules that like saying very specifically what you are like.
What is vague about saying you are not allowed to have sex outside of the bonds of matrimony? What is vague about that? That's very clear.
No, I know it's very short and direct about what you're not supposed to do. What I'm saying is like it's vague in the terms of consequence. There's no structure to the consequence of it. So it's like the whole point of having a rule is it's supposed to protect or save something. So if you break this rule, this is the consequence of that.
But you're saying that there was like this problem and this rule came around to fix it. It's like, no.
What I'm saying is like this rule doesn't address the problem of sexual repression. So if you have that problem, that rule is not going to help it because it make it worse.
Repression?
Because it makes you go down a path. Like I'm saying, why do you like why do people feel the need to go out and like drink till they fucking die? Why do people feel the need to overdose? Why do people
need to do that? No.
But that's what I'm saying. You're a regular person.
No, but it's because I accepted that all of these things that the church taught me are true, and I'm not going to take that like victim like fuck the government mentality, because that is what makes you destruct. Nothing about what they teach you makes you destruct.
What I'm saying is like for the people that can't handle that sort of shit, that rule is not going to help them. They need another way to fucking get that shit. I'm not talking about you, like even me, like I do everything pretty moderately, and the shit that I do that's unhealthy, I try to fucking curb. Like I don't need to have that sort of rule to be like, oh, I don't have to have the fear of God to have like, you know, being scared about premarital sex. Like I know the shit that's not good, and I know the shit that's good based off of experience. Like I don't have to, like I don't feel repressed in that way. But what? Because like I'm a regular person,
and a lot of people do this by like just getting it out of their system, but then they eventually realize it's bad. But they still sinned, if you know what I'm saying. In a different way.
So I think it's different. Like so, like is there like, to you like in your mind is there a difference between like going out and like just fucking around with people, like having one night stands, or if like you're in a committed relationship and that's the only person that you have sex with? So in the bonds of Christianity, it's still a monogamous, you know, relationship. They're just not married in the eyes of God. You know what I mean? Like it's the same mentality.
It doesn't matter because they're both sin.
That's what I'm saying, but it's the mentality. So it's like there's a difference between having premarital sex when you're in a healthy relationship, but you're just not married, versus you going out and fucking around every weekend. You know what I mean? Like there's a big difference between those two.
There is, but there's still sins because you need to go 100% with them and make the sacramental like just mark on your soul that you guys are together. And that's the thing, because like marriage, it's like it's a mark on the soul. So like once you're married forever. Like it's just you can't take it away.
That's my whole point. That's why I'm saying it's vague, because there's one thing there's objectively not healthy. It's just you going around and fucking around all the time. And then the other healthy ones where you're in a monogamous relationship and you're having just regular sex or whatever, but you're just not married. And then when you get married, it becomes not a sin anymore, right? You can atone for whatever, but one is healthy, one just
for anything.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so like it's that with that rule, it's both bad, but it doesn't take into account that one is significantly worse than the other. It's just one will not lead you down that path. Like if you have the mindset where it's like you want to be committed to one person in a relationship, regardless if you're married or not, that's not going to lead you down that mindset.
No, but you still need to get married first.
Okay. I'm not advocating for premarital sex in a relationship versus you fuck around. What I'm saying is like one mentality is less dangerous than the other, and it's the same principle. It's literally the same concept.
You are right, but they're both still sins.
Right, but that doesn't matter in the context of people like getting like spiraling out or like getting obsessed, because it's two different mindsets. So it's like if they're both sins, like if like objectively of which one would be worse, right? If it's still seen as the same thing, like you just like straight up outright banning it, it makes you want to do the other one a lot more.
Well,
that's more dangerous.
Both of them are bans.
Yeah, but one is not as bad, right?
It's still bad though. Even if it is not as bad, it is still bad.
Right, but it's not dangerous to your mind. I don't think like you having a monogamous relationship and then you just having regular sex versus you wanting to go around and fuck everybody you meet. Like one is objectively more dangerous.
No, but at the end of the day, you're still abusing sexuality to a lesser or greater extent, if you see what I'm saying.
How is it abusing it? It's literally the same thing. You're just not married.
Not the same thing. It's because you haven't gone 100% with this person and sacramentally got married and had the mark on your soul. Like you need this in order to do it, and that's the whole point of like being in a monogamous relationship, because that's what the sacramental. That's like that's what the mark on your soul is. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, what would happen if like, you know, it's like you're in that healthy relationship, like you're saying, and then it's like you are having sex with this person, but then eventually it's like you just don't like each other anymore. It's like, then what was the whole point of that?
Yeah, you could do that by getting married. Most people fucking divorce each other when they get married. Like, marriage doesn't really mean shit, even for people that are religious. Like, especially with, like, the way that, like, I feel like, honestly, my opinion would be different if the government wasn't so much fucking involved. Because, like, to me, like, marriage is a fucking nightmare.
Fucking involved in that.
Huh?
You know, you're right. We agree probably 100% on that they should not be involved in that.
Yeah, so I feel like it would be different. Because, like, for me, it's like, I don't want to get fucking married. Like, the only really incentive is for tax reasons. That's it.
I know. Well,
otherwise, I
want to be married in the church, but like the fucking getting married being legally married, that's bullshit. Like, why? Because, well, I mean, originally, obviously, you did need to do it to the church, but you know, those laws have gone away, long gone.
Yes, I feel like if it's just like, okay, like doing that one ceremony, you're married, and that's what it's supposed to mean. If you're gonna love this person anyway, it's just a fucking ceremony. Like, if that's what annoys you, then fine. But for me, it's just like, I don't want to wait. Like I said, mainly because of the fucking implications just legally. I don't want to fucking just take that risk. You want to make sure that you severely love somebody and that shit's gonna work before you get married. Especially it's like the try before you buy thing. It's like you want to live with somebody before you fucking marry them, because then if you get married and then it doesn't work and you have problems, then you're fucked, because now you're stuck.
You still just gotta fucking deal with it.
I mean, like, could you think of a worse hell? Like, you've been like knowing somebody, you've known them for like 3 or 4 years, and like you haven't done anything. Then you get married, and then you figure out they're a nightmare to live with, and it just catches you off guard.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
that's insane.
From, but
I lose my mind.
You gotta adapt.
Fuck that. That'd be like
not a good look,
God. Bro. Fucking.
It's like you're just like that. Sounds like some fucking shit in like a rom-com or something like that. They definitely have that shit. It's like they figure out that like the other person snores or something. It's like, fuck.
I don't know, man. Try before you buy.
Not in this case.
I don't know. I guess my overall point is like, you can still hold all that shit, but like it's just finding a better way to deal with the problems, because I feel like it just makes it worse.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't need to have sex with someone just to do it, because you're defeating the purpose of it.
Exactly. I think in my context goes like, you should. I mean, I don't know. I'm so libertarian about the idea, like, people can do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as they can handle their shit. And like you said, you know,
as long as they're not hurting other people.
Exactly, and they're not going to be obsessed with it. If it's not a vice that's going to ruin their life, they can do what the fuck they want. I don't care. I personally don't think that God gives a shit. I feel like if you love somebody and you fucking are about to get married anyway, and like you're committed to that person, and that's what sex means, it's the same premise. And then just having a ceremony is the only difference. I don't think it's that much of an importance, but again, it doesn't really matter. If that's all it takes, then fine. You know, I think whatever you do, I feel like you should view sex as something where it's like, you're committed to this one person and you don't see them as an object, and they're you're their direct position of love, right?
Oh, no, yeah, so, and you have the right thought of thinking. It's just not 100%, if you see what I'm saying.
I'm just saying there has to be a better way to deal with people that go through that hardship, as opposed to just saying you can't do this. This is the only way. Like, there's got to be another,
the hardship
way.
Of just not being able to have sex before you're married.
Well, just the people that can't handle, like, not like that specifically, but the people that can't handle, like, the rest of the shit, like all like the other.
Well, like what?
Like, if they can't handle, like, the difference, but like if they're the people that they have to, they have to listen to all this, like, secular music, or if they can't fucking function outside, if they think everything's going to turn them away from God when they can just have the resilience, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just spiral out like that. Like, they can't handle the sort of specific rules that they need to do, whether it's the opposite way or whether it's their own way. They really just have to, like, how do I explain it? There are multiple ways to solve a problem. So it's like, I don't think that in terms of religion, you can solve everything one single way, and every other way turns you away from the faith, or just doesn't turn you away from the actual teachings. Like, I don't think that everything is that simple. I think is what they're taking, like, complex things and just boiling it down to, like, don't do this, don't do that. Or it's like, if
no, but I mean, it is simple, because a lot of things that are viewed as complex, at the end of the day, they still are simple.
Yeah, but you never know the whole story. Like, you can look at something that happened to somebody and be like, oh, it's very simple. If they did X, Y, and Z, then that things would have happened a different way, right? But, like, it's just not that simple. Right.
Like, I mean, like, Pope John Paul II wrote an encyclical about this, about how there is many different things you need to take into account when, like, if the magisterium is, like, judging an action. Which you cannot judge people, by the way. There's a big distinction that you cannot judge people, but you can judge actions. But there's multiple things you need to take into account when judging an action, which is, like, how much does the person know, like, what were the circumstances and stuff like that, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you still did something bad, you still did something bad. You can still repent and you can still come back, but at the end of the day, you still, like, went down the rabbit hole.
Do they make a distinction between people that just, like, they view, like, doing confession as just a get out of jail free, like they can continue to live the same life as long as they repent for it? Like, is that a thing that's discussed?
No, yeah, because that's a sin. You can't do that.
Okay, so that specifically is a sin.
Yes, no, that is the sin of presumption, is what it's called. It's the sin of presumption.
Sin of presumption. Very presumptuous. Promiscuously presumptuous. That'd be a good name for a band, Promiscuously Presumptuous.
Really?
Yeah, people
that sounds like a comedy play or something.
Yeah, like that'd be a good skit. Someone just, like, fucks every Saturday night and just, like, repents for it the next day.
Some people, funny. Honestly, are probably like that.
I personally can tell you people are really like that. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I know people are like that for sure. You ever heard the shit where it's like a lot of Catholic girls are, like, the freakiest? You ever know that kind of trope?
Told me that.
Did I tell you that?
Oh, yeah, you did. I mean, I've heard that from other places.
It's fucking true, man. I don't know how to... It's really fucking true.
I think that's pretty much only true of just, like, fucking American Catholics.
I'm sure it's true with a lot of people, regardless of whatever they are.
But I mean, like, a lot of the Hispanic Catholics, like, I know, like, they're not like that. Even if, like, they went through, like, if they were under all of these same things, like we were talking about.
I know it's anecdotal. I just think it's funny. It's been my experience.
Right.
But no,
It's just this need to conform. That's just what it is, honestly, dude. It's just this, I want to be like everyone else, you know?
I don't think so. Just handle your shit, build your strength. Yep. God knows you'll need it.
Stop being a fucking incel, man.
Fucking incels.
Yeah, dude. Sex before marriage is bad. Quote, Will.
That's another one of those t-shirts you gotta wear.
Yeah. I gotta have like it's like premarital sex with like a cancel sign through it.
If I paid you, would you walk around like DC wearing that shirt?
Oh, fuck. How much would you pay me?
Name your price.
God damn, dude. If you paid me like $200,
Oh, come on. That's kind of steep.
I don't know, dude. Some shit could happen. No, I'm just kidding. Nah.
What the fuck's going to happen? Nobody's going to come
You
up
don't
and,
know,
like, it's
dude.
not like a
Yeah.
Trump hat in the middle of DC. You're fine.
Oh, yeah. That you get fucked.
I have to pay you a lot more money to do that. I don't even know if I would do that.
If I had to do that, you'd have to give me $200 fucking dollars.
You do that for 200. That might be worth it if you do that. I'd pay you $200 to walk around DC like that.
Honestly, well, okay, where in DC though? Because I know there's some places in DC that are like really fucking bad.
We'll go to the nicest. We'll go to Southeast. That's a very, very good part of DC.
But that's like where all like the fucking wasps are, and all those people are lib. And they'll still, well, no, it'll just be Karens though, so I can deal with that.
You know what's funny is I went to the. Have you ever been to the Museum of the Bible?
No, that's in DC?
Yeah, it's in DC. It's kind of by the. Where the fuck is it? It's sort of near the Capitol, I think. I don't know. It's somewhere kind of middle of the downtown, but it was funny because I had to. Actually, I thought it was a cool museum. They had a bunch of cool. They had a lot of facsimiles there, not a lot of actual artifacts, which I thought was strange. Well, I mean, obviously they have real artifacts, but not as. It's a big building. It didn't have as many as I thought there. A lot of it was just like informational.
Okay, it wasn't like relics and stuff like that.
They had a few. Like they had the reason why I wanted to go there because they had some pieces of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I don't know if they
That's
still,
cool.
but they move them around. But I think they have a couple fragments, but they're very, very tiny.
Right.
And they have some Egyptian shit there too. But like I said, a lot of it's reproductions of stuff. But anyways, like when I don't think I've ever seen like more Trump hats in my life and like different kinds. So it's like there's bucket hats, there's trucker hats, there's
That's
fucking
funny, yeah.
snapbacks and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a yarmulke with a fucking Trump. It was a Trump yarmulke.
Oh yeah, dude. Most practicing Orthodox Jews are gonna love Trump.
He has a lot of sex before marriage.
Who?
Trump.
Oh yeah, no, and that's bad.
Oh god. But yeah, so it's a cool. If you ever get a chance to go, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, wait, is that like in the Smithsonian? Or I'm sorry, you might have said that.
No, it's not in the
Okay.
Smithsonian row. I don't think it's not part of the Smithsonian.
Okay, yeah, because those museums are pretty cool. I like.
Yeah, I
the air
love the
space.
Smithsonian museums.
Yeah, that's like the only reason I would go to DC.
Yeah.
Because other than that, it's really bad.
It's not so bad in the downtown part, but yeah, you go anywhere in like the neighborhoods and shit, it can get kind of brutal, but I don't know.
No, but even in the
like any city.
downtown, it's just you just see all of like the grossness and stuff like that.
That's like with any city. I don't think DC's any
Well,
worse than
exactly.
fucking anywhere else.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's not like
You-
Detroit or Chicago or LA. Like it's not that bad.
No, but you still get those vibes of just like the
Well, yeah,
like
it's
we've
like
talked
anywhere.
about a lot about like the government and all this bullshit. Like,
Yeah, you're right in the middle of the cesspool, but like you're not going to Congress. You're just going to museum.
no, but you still get it though.
No, yeah, every time I go to DC, it's like, this is where all this bullshit comes from.
Yeah, like we were in the lion's den, man. I know, like I don't realize that. I'm like, wait, this is like the capital of the fucking nation? What?
Like
It
it's not
makes
even that
no
cool of a
sense.
city.
No, and it's like it's small too.
Yeah, super
Yeah, it's like-
small.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the capital of the most powerful civilization to ever exist so far in the world. Like, what the fuck, man? It says a lot about our culture.
Everybody, I don't know what it is. It might be just me, but everybody is always like, "Oh, they love like the architecture of all the buildings and how they're so fucking air quote Greek inspired and shit." Which is, I guess, just down to like the pillars and some of the edges and all that.
Actually,
but
some of them, yeah, they're right about that, but at the same time, they're also like, they don't fully necessarily commit to it. They have some cool buildings, I'll admit.
I don't know. It's just
But I actually had the similar kind of conversation with one of my friends in New Orleans, Price, if you're watching this. He said, and I laughed my ass off. He said Houston is everything wrong with white America.
Houston?
Yeah, because he's saying like, he was like, all these fucking people in Houston, all these like city people, it's like that say like, oh, you kids don't go outside, and it's like, what do you fucking expect when every single building looks boring as fuck and is like a box?
And it's like a fucking wet swamp outside. Goddamn, Houston's humid
Yes,
as
I'm like,
fuck.
what do you expect?
Well, yeah, yeah. It's like it's like boomers. Like, why don't you play outside? Because you built this world really shittily.
Yeah, it's like because you just designed everything fucking utilitarian.
You ever see that picture? It's like it's probably like in Pennsylvania. But like when you get off an interstate, it's just nothing but gas stations and McDonald's and all that shit. It's just like the whole road of signs and just concrete, nothing.
Send that to me if you can.
Huh?
Like send that to me if you can, because I don't.
Oh yeah, I got you. Dude, it's like a George Carlin. He was like, the whole fucking American is just one goddamn strip mall.
Honestly, dude, and it's like that just comes
Mall to
from
mall,
utilitarianism.
coast to coast. It's like many malls.
It's just yeah, dude. That's Woodbridge. It's just one big mini mall.
They're not gonna. Speaking of DC, they're not gonna stop until they turn the state into DC.
Yeah, oh, dude,
Not
literally
nice buildings, just townhomes everywhere.
right. Literally, Mississippi is just that. Is just strip malls.
Is Mississippi still like the fattest state too?
It's the fattest state. Yes, it has the most poverty per capita. Like it has the lowest income per capita, I know. It's also the blackest state. I think it's like 30% black. Yeah, and I think it has the highest crime.
Mississippi?
Yeah, no, I think Mississippi is it's consistently ranked like 50 out of like states, just as like a general package. It's like the worst state, I'm pretty sure.
Poor Mississippi.
Poor Mississippi, man.
I've never been, but I assume it's really shitty.
I've only actually like the South Coast is not that bad, and it's similar to Louisiana.
Well, I feel like most places on the coastline are fine.
Yeah, but like I have not actually been into like the actual heart of it. I've only been to like the coast and stuff like that, like we were talking about.
Yeah, you gotta go to like the middle of the state and see what you find.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Hop off the interstate and go to a gas station.
Same thing with Alabama. I'm just like, nope, I don't want to go.
Alabama is actually a pretty cool state. I know a cool city is Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, no, they have like cool place, but I don't want to go to like just rural Alabama.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
No.
I don't want to go to anywhere rural in the South.
No, except for
like
Louisiana.
I've been to a bunch of southern cities and towns, and like it's cool to like have a house in the middle of the forest, but like I don't want to I don't want that to be my town. Like dude, there's some places where like the whole town is one fucking road and there's like 5 buildings and everybody else just lives in the fucking woods. Like that sounds miserable as fuck.
I know, man.
It's like nothing to do with pop pills.
Literally, and that's where all the creepy shit happens. Yeah.
You want to talk about premarital sex? Them boys having some family premarital sex.
I know, and that's even worse.
Damn.
I know. Louisiana is actually like an exception because, like, obviously, like most of like the rural South is just gonna be very like evangelical and stuff like that. But Louisiana is the exception because it has a bunch of rural like Catholic communities, like from the Cajuns and stuff like that. So that's what makes it kind of interesting.
I'm about to say like all the French influence.
Yeah, exactly. Where like I know the only other French influence in the South is like in Mobile because another French passed through there. But other than that, it's like all just evangelical Anglo-American.
I don't really know too much about most places in Louisiana except for I used to when I worked for an estate sale company. I was moving this guy's house, pretty much not his house, but like all the shit in his house, and he was from Texas, but I was almost going to help him drive to Texas and help him unload his shit in the storage unit. He was going to pay me to do it. And obviously you go past through Louisiana, and I can't remember how we got on this topic, but I asked him if you ever like stopped anywhere in Louisiana or if you like going there. And I guess he'd ever been to like Shreveport, how the fuck you say that?
Shreveport, yeah.
And I was like, what's there? And he's like, STDs.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it's a really shitty city.
Oh no, the worst place I'm pretty sure is Hammond.
Hammond.
That is like all that stuff, like everything wrong with the South, like on steroids.
Damn.
Yeah.
We should do there's a guy on YouTube, his name is like Charlie something. He almost all of his videos is where he he puts the camera on his car and he drives at nighttime a lot, sometimes during the day, but most of the time he drives at night. So like he tells his videos like driving through the worst ghettos of the city of whatever, so like of Chicago, Detroit, Louisiana, and like he'll go and like interview people and shit, but like most of it is like just watching all the street antics of the stuff that happens. It's really compelling.
Man. Oh wait, yeah, I think I've actually might have seen his video in Baltimore actually.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, the Baltimore and the Philadelphia one was crazy because everything almost looked abandoned. Like there's neighborhoods of shit, but nothing but just boarded up buildings. It's like a fucking literal ghost town.
Yeah, it literally looks like some like Tom Clancy shit.
Yeah, it's like this is a good airsoft map. Like here, let's go.
Yeah, I know that's like what Detroit is to my knowledge. It's just like this just abandoned wasteland.
Yeah,
because like no one wants to fucking live there. Like, why would you want to live there?
That's what happens when you build your economy on one fucking factory.
Oh yeah, like the cars and shit.
Yeah, dude, GM left.
Dude,
I don't
honestly,
know if they're
like,
back, but damn.
the only big city in America that I would live in is San Antonio.
I probably live in Nashville. Nashville's pretty nice.
Actually, yeah. No, you have a point. Nashville is.
It's very clean. It's like the cleanest city I've ever been to.
Oh really? Because
Yeah.
I've never been.
Not that many homeless people. It's not very dirty at all. Shit's pretty clean. It's a very lively city. I mean, obviously there's like rough areas, but like not compared to anything else like in DC or Baltimore. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Have you been to Memphis?
I haven't, no.
Memphis is like where it has like the really it has like a nice area, and then it also has like that downtown like Beale Street music kind of lively culture, which is very nice. But then like where my sister goes to college, like right next to it is just like it's awful. It's like you said, it's just like a ghost town.
I think you said your sister went to college in like Utah or some shit.
No, that's my other sister. She goes to college in Wyoming.
Got you.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to school in Nashville or Memphis. That'd be kind of fun. Dude, Tennessee's a cool state. I've enjoyed every time I've went there.
Yeah, and then what's that other place that's like fucking booming right now?
In Tennessee?
Chattanooga. That's it.
Haven't been there either. I've only ever been to Knoxville and Gatlinburg and Nashville.
I have stayed in a hotel in Knoxville, but I've never actually like been there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Yeah, like if I had to live in a southern state, that's. Well, I mean, obviously Texas would be number one.
Yeah.
Florida is obviously number two.
Fuck that, dude. Florida sucks ass. You don't live there.
Nah, but I mean, like you can find good pockets, dude.
Well, Tampa's a nice city, so like there's a lot of good suburbs of Tampa. That's probably the nicest place in Florida.
Like, are you referring to like the like wait, which part of Florida are you referring to?
Tampa.
Or is it just in general? No, like when you're talking about like the bad shit.
Oh, dude, like anything like north south of the border is just like general, just poor redneckery, and then a bunch of crime when you go down. I mean, crimes everywhere. Like Jacksonville's a really horrible city. Miami's only
that place is just gone to the shitter.
Yeah, Miami's fucking awful. There's only like a bunch of like there's only not that many cool spots left in Miami, and then Fort Lauderdale's awful. Like Orlando is just really shitty and full of traffic. Like there's not that many, and everybody in Florida is insane. And they're like the worst. Like they were rated the worst drivers in the country, and for a good reason, dude.
Not Louisiana people, because Louisiana people
it's
are
Florida.
Awful. Because like the insurance prices in Louisiana are so high.
I believe you, and I saw a list and Louisiana was up there, but Florida is number one, dude. Those people drive fucking dangerous. Oh my god, every time I drive in Florida, I scared I'm gonna lose my life.
Florida?
Yeah, dude, people are fucking nuts. Like,
oh, dude, you should have seen the fucking people in Brazil.
Oh, I'm sure it's awful. Probably India and China is probably really bad too.
Oh,
anywhere was super crowded.
You were telling me a story. You were saying?
Yeah, dude, I was like traveling behind this fucking like this goddamn big ass semi that was on, or not a semi, but it was like a dump truck that had a bunch of shit in it, and I wasn't really driving too close to it. I was giving it space. And I was trying to pass it, and we were going like everybody drives really fucking fast in Florida. Like if if you're not going 80, you're like, it's dangerous because people just completely just whirl around you, they'll undercut you. Like, you gotta really go up with traffic when you're there. And so I'm keeping up with traffic, and this fucking, like, there's no cars in front of me. There was cars coming up the sides of me, so I was trying to pass this truck, and the fucking dude, like, slams on his brake, like, no joke, like, going, like, 80 miles an hour, slams on his brakes. There is no car in front of him. There's no cars in front of this thing. It just slams on his brakes. And, like, I literally had to, like, do a power swerve, and I almost hit the fucking car behind me because there's no way I was going to brake in time. You're not really supposed to do that. Like, you're not supposed to swerve out of your lane because then you can cause an accident for other people and have more, deaths and injuries involved.
What other thing were you going to do?
You're supposed to slam on your brakes and just rear end them, but I'm like, I'm not doing that at 80 miles an hour. I'd rather sideswipe somebody than get fucking rear end a goddamn steel truck.
Yeah, but, like, why did he stop? Truck. Do you know? Or?
I have no idea. And, like, people, like, will cut you off. Like, they'll fucking drift in your lane. Like, I always, like, people just fucking, like, they don't care to fucking look when they change lanes. And, like, they'll just literally just, like, slowly drift into your lane. You have to fucking, like, honk them off, and then they'll just get pissed at you. It's just like, what the fuck? Man. Every time I go to Florida, I have a near-death experience. It's crazy.
I gotta quote Jason. Every time
Seriously.
I go to Florida, I have a near-death experience.
I don't know what is in the water there. You ever go on the website where if you type in your birthday on this website, it gives you a fucking crazy Florida man article that happened on your birthday.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I never did that.
Dude, the wildest one, the one that I thought was fake for the longest time, but when I found out it was true, I fucking lost my nerves. So there's a story where this dude went back and shot his doctor because he made him come during a prostate exam. Can you imagine the fucking absurdity of that shit?
You go back and fucking kill him.
Seriously, came back and shot him because he made him finish during a prostate exam.
Oh my god, I don't even dude.
Also, if you watch Live PD, which is basically like more modern cops, the ones in Florida are always the fucking best.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, people are fucking insane down there.
Oh, no, I've heard that. And shit. But like you said, like, Tampa wouldn't be that bad.
Tampa's a really nice area of Florida. And I'm sure, again, it's a fucking state. There's probably loads of nice places to live. If you have money, that is. But yeah, Tampa's a cool city. I would say out of all the cities in Florida, it's probably the nicest. Besides,
Miami,
like, Jacksonville.
I'm sure is, like, historically cool, but not now.
Miami's a cool city. The problem is it's just so fucking dangerous. Like, it's not a good city just to be around in. There's a bunch of bullshit.
It's like New York.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot. I've been to Miami a couple times. It's a cool place, but there's not that many very good areas of Miami left, I would say. But Tampa, there's a lot of good areas in Tampa.
Yeah, like in New Orleans, like the areas where I was growing up in are now having crime in it.
I think it's just everywhere, though. Everybody's having a fucking crime problem.
Yeah, man. It's just skyrocketing. Not a good look, bro.
It's not a fucking good look.
Man, like just robbing a car, not a good look, bro.
This isn't going to look good on your resume.
Throwing a brick at a car. Nah, we're not hiring you.
It's not the experience we're looking for. Oh, anyways, I think it's a good spot to end it.
Yeah, man, we've been doing this for
3 hours. 3 hour mark. Let's go.
Hey, anyone who's listening to this and has made it to this point, like, I fucking love you. I'm just saying that right now.
You have very, very, very strong patience.
Yeah, like, if you're committed to me and Jason talk about bullshit for 3 hours, like, man, I have respect.
Oh, good lord.
And I thank you for listening to this.
Thank you.
This was fun, dude. Yep.
Were you feeling it in this one? Did you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Oh, I did. I was feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Cool. I think this one was entertaining.
Yeah, dude. I think we can tell. Like, if it's going on for 3 hours, then it wasn't dry. You see what I'm saying? Like, we constantly had things to talk about, and it was moist as fuck.
Super wet.
Yes. It was moist.
Like this premarital sex I'm about to have. Peace out, bro.
Peace out, bro.